welcome back for the last time to Brindlewood Bay, Golden Grifters, episode 22, part 2 of the finale. There will be no cozy vignette for this one. Credits begin in darkness. We hear a storm, the rain heavy on rooftops and spattering on the street, and we hear hail crunching down, and it just seems to increase as the hail pelts get closer together, less rhythmic, more crunchy, and then we realize it sounds like a growl underneath, as if something is coming. And we open up to seeing in the darkness, we see the sleeping figures of each of our mavens, each of our grifters, as they spend the night over at Sai's house. And everything is fairly peaceful aside from the violent storm outside. But with every lightning flash, we see hooded figures coming closer and closer to Sai's house, approaching from several different directions. And we see the figures circle the house, and to the rhythm of the hail and the rain, we hear low grumbles, low chanting, and perhaps each of the women's dreams are intruded upon. Painting this scene in your dreams or nightmares, depending on what you think of, knowing that you've been exposed. What memory from your past, from your criminal past, comes to mind as you sleep fitfully through the storm? Seeing the photos that you saw during the day. What part of your criminal past comes to memory in your nightmare?
Is this a true memory or an altered memory?
Could be an altered memory.
Okay.
I think for Sai, the moment of the realization of the betrayal of her husband probably is a pinpoint of pain for her. It's as if there's an old projection going in a darkened room, and you can hear the and the slide changes on the projection, and it's faded photographs and old family memories and wedding photos, and the room is cold and dark, and maybe you can hear the creaking of floorboards as if someone is coming closer, and the photos just keep going, and it ends up on a photo that was actually featured in the newspaper in Italy the day that Sai was caught, the day that she was arrested. And it's her in her black trench coat, surrounded by police, with someone putting a hand on the back of her head as she ducks into a police car.
Earl and Bob generally did a pretty damn good job of getting out of town before things went sour. There was one time that they lingered a little too long celebrating a big win. They'd scammed somebody out of a whole lot of money. They'd sold him a painting that they claimed was worth a great deal. And they thought he was too dumb to have it checked. And they were wrong. And so what Pearl is remembering is waking up after a night of celebration in their hotel room, realizing it's still very dark out, but there are a lot of footsteps in the hallway. Knowing we should have gone, it's too late, we should have gone. In reality, they were able to jimmy the lock of a door to an adjoining hotel room and slip out that way. In the dream, Bob is fumbling with that lock, trying to get it open. It's not opening, and the door bursts open. And that's when she wakes up.
So I feel like Mazi's dream would be probably around one of the last times that she was with her best friend Jordan, kind of her partner in crime, who she did a lot of the heists and things with. It's sort of, she's sitting in the car, just drumming on the steering wheel, listening to whatever's on the radio. And as she's sitting there waiting, she can see Jordan sort of like going in, like kind of scoping out the place, just the normal way they ran things. And she's drumming and she realizes that the music is like, it's not music, it's actually just rhythmic talking. And the words she can't understand, she's like, wait, what is this? And so she like fumbles, kind of fumbling with the radio, looks back up, and Jordan's gone. No longer in sight. So of course that's the cue, like pull the car around, like once she walks quote unquote out of sight, pull the car up, let her get in, and then take off. It's usually how they did things. So she pulls up to the spot and realizes not just Jordan is gone, but it's just empty. Like nobody's around. There's no cops, there's no shoppers, there's no friends, there's nothing. And suddenly Mazi is just alone. And it's just this feeling of uncertainty of where do I go now? My job is just to drive people. I drive people, I get away, and now I don't have that. And the first thought is like, hey, why don't I just, go around the corner? They're just around the corner. And she steps on the gas and the wheels start turning, but the car doesn't move. And so it's kind of that, metaphorical spinning your wheels. Goes to get out of the car, door's locked, and it's like literally stuck in place. And as she's, trying to get unlocked or, trying to get the door open or anything, wake up, just drenched in sweat, like car that won't go, empty town. Definitely freaking me out.
I think you all wake up at the same time. And then you realize you don't hear anything of the storm. And you don't hear anything at all. It is very quiet. It is quite silent. Sai, where is Caviar? Oh, you're on mute.
Thank you for taking it for us.
As is tradition.
As is tradition.
Caviar sleeps with me, tucked into my armpit.
Caviar is gone.
That's not right. This isn't right. Something's wrong.
Yeah. Are we sleeping all like in the same room? Like, I guess what would the sleeping arrangements be at Sai's house?
That's my question. So, would you all have kind of collapsed in the living room? Would you like do you have guest rooms, Sai? And like how's this
I
usually work?
I do have a guest room. Um, since I have family that comes and stays occasionally, I also have a pull-out sofa, but I am amenable to the idea that the gals all fell asleep in their cozy spots in the living room last night talking so that
Okay.
we're all in the same place.
I like that.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, because I think as soon as Mazi wakes up and realizes she doesn't hear anything, immediately like looking around to see like, am I alone? Was that a dream? Just like a, premonition. Uh, and then sees you guys like, okay.
Yeah, and Sai will start sort of um looking around, not quite panicking yet, because sometimes Caviar does get up and goes to get water or use a litter box. Like him not being there right when she wakes up isn't too alarming, but there is a sinking feeling because of the vibes. I can't find Caviar.
Oh,
Oh, is it
uh,
cat?
Psst, 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 psst.
Yeah, kind of helping look around and
yeah.
don't cats do the midnight fiasco or something? I don't know.
What
I
time?
always heard that was a thing.
What?
Well,
What time
they
is it?
rampage. Yeah, I don't know. What time is it? Putting on my glasses, squinting at clocks,
Yes.
tapping the
haven't
phone on my cricket phone.
I haven't slept outside of my bed in years, I think, probably years.
No, it's only been a few months since we went to
When I'm in the house. I haven't slept on the couch.
Oh,
Caviar, here, darling. Psst, 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 psst.
I'll go check Caviar's food bowl.
That's a good
Yeah, yeah,
idea. He does
that
love
makes
food.
sense. Oh,
Jingle, jingle, jingle. Checking it. If it's would it still be full? Empty? I don't know. What's your cat's food rotation like?
Probably empty. He doesn't usually leave anything in the bowl.
I like his style. Like, yeah, it's empty, so he ate.
I'm getting up and heading to the bathroom just to splash some water on my face.
The
Uh,
litter box is in there, Pearl. Will you check and see if he's in there?
sure. Yeah, of course.
I have to start turning on all the lights as I'm
Turn on
going through.
every light.
By the
All the
way,
lights.
sorry, your bill's getting jacked up.
No, that's good. I can't see without him.
Nothing turns on.
What? I'm sorry. What, ma'am?
Power out. Okay. Do you have a
Where's
landline?
Hmm. Yes, it's in the kitchen.
Oh, probably where I am.
Yeah.
Pick it up. Hello. Housekeeping? No. Sorry.
There is no dial tone.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. Trying again, checking the plugs.
You are no longer where you think you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Is that on, do I hear that on the phone?
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah, I'm like, what? Hello, hello. Hang up. Pick up again.
You are no longer where you
Hang
think
up.
you are.
No, I don't even let it finish. Hang up again. Sigh. Please come check your phone. I don't. It's not something.
The lines must be down.
No, there's somebody there. I'm not awake yet enough. Maybe.
I'll check in a minute. I'm more worried about Caviar.
Do you
She's
have
gonna put on a
flashlights?
robe. I do have a flashlight. It's in a drawer in the kitchen.
You just hear shuffling through all the drawers as I'm rummaging through literally every drawer.
I'm
Uh,
gonna go check on the front porch and see if Caviar's there.
Okay.
And then when I find it, the flashlight, I will offer it over to Pearl to go to the bathroom.
Thank you.
When you go onto the front porch, Sai, I think you will see the streets are dry as a bone. But what's worse is the fact that there's cracks in them, as if something heavy has crossed, or it's been quite some time since anyone has actually been on these roads.
It's odd.
Do you
Caviar.
do you live in a suburban type of neighborhood, or do you think you're like more on the outskirts where there's a lot more land between houses?
I have historically pictured it as suburban.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see any other lights coming from your neighbors' houses or across the street or anything. It's very quiet.
Are there any... There's no people around to see.
Mm-mm.
There's no other lights on. There's
No.
no noises happening.
No. The only meddling move. You tell me how you'd like to look, observe.
Um,
Dice. Because these never go poorly for
If
us.
you want to use sensitivity because of just kind of intuition, that's what you would use. If you want to use composure because everything is unsettling, so you're trying to keep it together. If you want to use vitality because you are physically searching,
I think I'd like to use vitality. Maybe even she at being outside she has a way to climb the trellis onto the
yes.
little roof
Yes.
that is above her porch.
Mm-hmm.
And she's fit, she's athletic. She's done this quite a few times before to wash that outside window on the second floor.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna crawl up there and see if she can see anything in the far distance or in the bay or
Mm-hmm.
down the street or up on the hill behind the house.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so that's a 2d6 plus 2.
Plus your vitality, yes. Mm-hmm.
That is 11.
Perfect.
Nobody move. always, always a good roll. That's it. I've used it up.
All right. I'm going to give you a couple different things from this 11. Okay. Oh, and then add to the current clue list for the finale. Please add the photos. The photos of your criminal pasts. You know,
Do I add that to the
clue
void
list.
clues?
No, to the clue list for finale.
There's
Oh,
'Cause
there
there's a
it is.
column for
Yep,
the finale.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I meant to give that to you last time and I totally forgot. Sorry. So, what you see with your meddling move, as you climb up, you realize that in the sky there are constellations. I mean, like if that storm had hit again, for some reason, it's now totally clear, no clouds, but like a ton of stars. And I don't know if you've ever been into astronomy or anything like that, but these constellations don't look a thing like you're used to. So, strange constellations in the sky is a clue. And this is not necessarily a clue, but it is something that you hear. So I think as you make your way up to the top of the roof, I think you're going to hear what sounds like Caviar's meow, but it is very deep, very loud, and it's coming from a distance, as if Caviar is much bigger than he ever was. So it's not a meow, it's a you know it's Caviar though.
Oh my. Oh my.
So I would like to say that after a few minutes and after I've handed off the flashlight,
Mhm.
I will probably just kind of pull on something and be heading out to JoJo because I always keep like a spare mag in the glove compartment.
Mhm, mhm.
So mag light.
Yeah, I think you put JoJo in, of course, like, size driveway or carport, whatever she's got. Yeah, seems intact for sure, but
But I don't like the but. No buts, ma'am.
she's just fine. It's okay. But I would like you to do a
Meddling something.
Sure, let's do a meddling move.
Is this just to get my flashlight out of my car, or is this once I have the flashlight looking around?
Yeah, flashlight looking around.
Okay. D6.
2d6.
2d6 plus 2. Roll it. Roll it. There we go. I got. Is that right? Sweet. I got a 13.
What?
Wait, you add them together, right?
2d6 plus your
Okay.
composure.
I feel like it's on the little roller thingy. It says
Okay.
13, so
Okay. Well, all right.
Guys.
I've like never
This
rolled
is
this
not
high
good.
ever.
I'm scared. We're rolling too
No.
well. Too early.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, all right. So, clue first. So, in certain other games, there's like something known as either a burning success or like collateral damage, something like that, because it's like you
Pretty
just did it
success.
so well. So, yeah, I'll give you the, oh my God, you went too well. All right.
I see all the dead bodies, guys.
Hey,
No, don't.
let's see. Okay, so your clue, let me see. Composure, huh? All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're looking in the car, I think you actually see Walter fully fully in the driver's seat, and he's sleeping and he's snoring. Walter is corporeal. That is a clue. Walter is corporeal.
Poke him with a stick.
I mean, I don't know how to spell corporeal right now, so that's what you get. So I'm gonna take the flashlight and I'm gonna click and shine it like right at him, and then I'm doing like the leaning around to see if it's going like through him.
Nope. No.
And
then he just all of a sudden like, oh,
Sorry.
Whoa.
Are you?
ah.
As he's holding his hands out, I'm like reaching out, slack jaw, just like to touch his hand.
And you're touching his hand.
Is it cold or
Mazi?
warm?
It's warm.
Oh,
Mazi.
Oh, we're in trouble. Oh, is this what it looks like for you all the time?
No, I usually see a lot more people. What's going on? Why am I?
You should go inside. I'm gonna go inside. You should come inside. I don't think you can go through the walls anymore.
What? And
And
he
I
just
just-
tries
I,
to.
like,
He actually tries
yeah.
to phase through the door, and he's like, "Ow! Damn it! What the? Why can't I go through the door anymore,
I don't know.
Mazi?
I
What?
don't know. So as I leave the car and I'm gonna shine the light up, well, shine it around on the ground first, probably see the trellis, trace it up, and then finally see Sai. We should go inside, and find Pearl, and then you're muted still, Sai, and point to Walter as he's opening the door and getting out of the car. I'm assuming
You can see his feet, Sai. He's opening
Who
the
is
car
that?
door.
Hold on, I'm coming down.
I'll hold the light up so you can see where you're
Sai.
climbing now. Meanwhile,
That was a
inside
very
Pearl-
optimistic scuttling noise. Much faster.
You're right.
There you go.
Yeah, add in some like crackly knee sounds,
Right,
like a
exactly.
hip hop.
I think as your friends are like, goofing around outside, I think
Whoa,
you're.
we're not goofing. We're doing serious investigations.
Yeah.
You're inside and you're heading to the bathroom, Pearl.
Yeah.
And where's the bathroom in relation to your living room, Sai? Is it in the back?
It is in the hallway. You walk in, there's a foyer. To the left is the living room, and then it leads back into the kitchen, dining room in the back right-hand corner, sitting room on library, knitting room on the right, and the bathroom is in the hallway across from the coat closet and the stairs. Man, I'm good at that.
And I still
So,
get lost.
wow. So anyway, yeah, so you make your way to the bathroom, but then I think as you are, flashing the flashlight, maybe you're half asleep, who the hell knows? I think your flashlight will train onto a sudden appearance of Adamus. And he's looking sunken. He's looking pale. How could you lie to me, Pearl?
So sorry. You're the only person I've wanted to not lie to in so long.
Why didn't you
I
tell me?
I didn't know how. Why are you here? Why are you in Sai's house?
Why?
Were you?
Why did you betray me?
I didn't.
Why? 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 Night move.
Okay. Oh boy. So I need to tell
Uh,
you what I think might
so,
happen.
what will happen if you fail or lose your nerve?
Ooh. I'm afraid that there is no coming back from this, that not only does he not love or trust me, that he hates me, and I'll never be able to change that. Um, let's see. And I am rolling.
I think it's worse because not only will you, feel despair from this, but I think you're going to be sunk into your own hell that you can't get out of.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you before you roll. So if you have any personal quarters items left, anything to give you some kind of grounding, you can use it to. I don't believe you have any. Do you have any conditions? No.
I do not have any conditions right
So
now.
basically, you can apply a personal, a cozy item for doing advantage. So 3d6, take the two highest if you have a personal
Right.
quarters item you have.
I think I do, in fact, because I recently unchecked all the ones I'd used.
Perfect.
I think what I'm gonna metaphorically call upon here, what I'm gonna use here is the confidence and self-assurance and knowledge of my own power, so to speak, that came with wearing that evil queen costume of all things. Um, Remembering that when he and I first met, we I was able to be that strong, powerful, confident figure, and trying to get back to that. So I'm rolling with composure.
Yes. 3d6. Take the two highest plus composure.
Okay, that's a 9.
That's a 9. Complication. Okay. So I think what happens here is, well, do you think upon it? Do you visualize yourself in it? What does this look like as you're trying to keep it together in the face of his accusatory look and tone?
I think I'm visualizing the stiffening of the spine that comes with wearing the corset of the dress, the posture, the tall posture from those ridiculous boots. I may even be rising up on my on the balls of my feet a bit as I try to pull myself up physically to pull myself up emotionally. I hope I can make you understand somehow that I wasn't trying to hurt you and I wasn't trying to scam you. I'm a mess. I know that. But I hope I just feel awful that my past has come between us.
At the word past, this Adamus doppelganger screams like frustrated, not horror, like not okay, not
Not
horrific scream,
aggressive.
not aggressive scream, but like it's more like frustrated that, you know, you're being reasonable and not like frightened or scared. And like this figure will shrink upon itself and then burst, and you just get this flurry of feathers in your face as it disappears into the darkness. But you get the impression of someone that looks like they are younger than Adamus with feathers, and they seem to be wearing like some kind of like um, toga or some kind of like loose
Draped.
robe, yeah, robe type of thing, right? So, yeah, before he disappears. But he's turned his face away, so you can't tell what just happened, except that it did happen. And I think at this point, this is where, you make your way to the bathroom if you still need to go, and then when you come out, then Mazi and Sai have some things to tell. Plus, there's also what looks like a very solid-looking Walter.
And if you don't still need to go to the bathroom, none of us will judge you for that.
Factual.
Walter.
Yeah. Did you find caviar?
No.
I think I might have, but he's not here. I think he's a little further away. And maybe he's also huge. We got problems.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Do you have a generator?
Are we dreaming?
I hope so.
I
kind
would
of don't
walk
think
over
so.
and gently pinch Sai.
Ah!
Walk over and pinch Pearl.
Ow.
Rude.
Okay, no.
Okay, no.
That's
I
what they
don't
always say
think
in all the
s-
books and stuff. You know.
Ow. Okay.
Walter will actually come over and like kind of tap your cheek, Mazi. Like he can't believe he can touch you.
Okay, question
Does that
again.
feel cold? Is that is that okay? I mean, what?
I mean, generally you don't just touch people. Just saying. As
Sorry,
I don't.
sorry.
But
I mean, I haven't
also,
actually felt like I could touch anyone.
I'll like hold my arm out and be like, "Let me feel your hand." Like like put your hand on my arm, kind of motion.
Yeah, yeah.
Is his hand warm, cold?
Warm.
I'm very unsettled by this. Like,
Okay.
You're not the only one. What?
I'm gonna have a seat and shuffle over and kind of sit. I will set the light kind of on its end so it's shining up at the ceiling, kind of overlight the room. All right. First question, I guess. No, it's not the first question. It's just a question. Do you have a generator? Maybe we can get some at least light in here and coffee.
Yes, I do have a generator. It's in the mudroom near the back of the house. I'll go turn it on.
I don't want any of us going alone. Would you like me or Pearl?
I'll go with you.
Okay. Mazi, you stay with Walter.
Okay.
Who is here? Can we talk about that?
We will, I'm
We
sure.
will. That's why I think we need coffee first, though.
There was an Adamus who was not Adamus in the bathroom, but then he exploded in feathers and he's gone. And yeah,
I think I need to tell you what I saw before I woke up.
yes.
Yes.
Please.
And he looks at you earnestly, Mazi, and he says, "Remember when I said that time is like a table where you can see different dishes on it at the same time?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was like looking into, dare I say it, dishes of the past, right? I was like seeing people like looking all like Roman or Greek-like or something, and they seemed to be having a discussion about how one of them was betrayed or hurt, and they needed to take revenge. But I mean, that's all about Greek myth. Yeah, I mean, like, it's all about revenge for them and shit. But this was serious, as if like it was happening at the same time as all this. And one of them looked, he looked familiar, but it's as if it wasn't familiar to me. It was familiar to one of you. And I don't know why that was. And then I saw more people, like, in those robes I was telling you about, like the hooded robes.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was that familiar fella again. I don't know, something. And you know, there were people in different robes worshiping. There was a fella who the one that was saying he was betrayed and hurt. I mean, he had wings, black wings, right? Yeah. And he was carrying like a little bow and arrow. It was like the weirdest thing. I mean, wasn't even in proportion to you know, his stature. And there was a woman there. She was dressed in a different kind of colored robe, and she looked so gaunt and serious, as if she was agreeing with the fella with the wings and saying, "Yes, we're gonna get revenge, for sure." But she was thinking about revenge on this town, bringing something to this place. Why? I don't know. And then I woke up because of the light in my face, and I'm now solid. I mean, he starts patting himself. I mean, you can hear the sounds. I'm patting myself. Am I alive? I don't know.
Or are we dead?
No, I think you'd have a different look if you were dead.
Do any of our phones work?
I think size works. The last thing that flashes on your screen was the message from Alonso. Dinner?
Sorry, dealing with some existential dread.
I mean, that was hours ago.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And it still works. I can use it. Or is it like a flash and then it dies?
Well, I was wondering if there's any way you guys could pull up pictures of Alonso and or Adamus. What is
Adamus.
Adamus. My brain just glitched. Pull up pictures of them to Walter would know who they are. Never mind. He's seen him. Because he said it's somebody who's maybe familiar to one of us.
Your scrapbooks. Scrapbooks.
Ooh. They're not here, though. They're at my house, if my
That's
house
true.
is here.
Yeah.
Which, you haven't been outside yet, Pearl. It's weird out there.
It's very weird.
I mean, it sounds like the storm stopped, but
It's like the storm never happened. It's like nothing ever happened.
Did.
There's nobody. There's no sounds. There's no lights. The roads are broken. And I'm
I don't
pretty
think
sure that I heard something in the distance that is not gonna be great if we see it when we meet it.
It may or may not be the big caviar you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we need coffee.
Right, the
And
generator.
let's start there. That's
Okay.
something we can control, in theory.
yeah.
I don't think we're where we thought we were.
Oh no, that's by the way, Sai, that's what the voice on the phone said.
Sorry, what voice?
I told you there was somebody on the phone. You said you would get to it later. Something about we're not where we think we are. We're not where we want to be. Something along those lines.
Well, on this we can agree.
You smell
Yeah.
that?
Do we smell it?
What is it?
Is it burning toast?
Please say it's burning toast.
Oh,
That would make
please say
all
it's
of this
burning
make
toast.
so much more sense.
Collectively, we're having a stroke.
No. It smells spicy. It smells like sweet. But then it has like a little bit of decay underneath. But that spiciness just kind of goes through your nostrils. And Walter comments on it, saying, I can actually smell something.
I would like to subtly lean closer and make sure it's not him.
Oh yeah. What does Walter smell like?
I mean, Walter smells like a regular
It's-
dude.
It smells like Walter. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Does
Well,
it
no, I
just
mean,
smell
make
like Old Spice and slightly decaying body parts or anything?
No, I mean, like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, he smells like, I mean, just imagine, like, whatever time period he's from, like, that kind of cologne,
That soap cologne smell.
soap cologne
Old
smell.
Spice and decaying body parts.
Probably,
It's
yeah.
very
No,
popular in the 30s.
but he's not decaying or anything like that.
He's not a
just-
mob boss.
He looks alive. He looks fine. So,
Okay. Pearl, we're going to the generator.
Yes, we are.
I'm gonna
And
get
Take
up.
the flashlight. Pearl has a flashlight.
I have a flashlight.
Pearl has a
You've got
flashlight. Mazi's
Yep.
got a flashlight. Pearl, you're with me. We're going to the generator in the mudroom.
And if for some reason we can't get it started, I am at a point where I will just chew coffee grounds because I need something. If we can't make coffee, I'm just gonna eat coffee grounds, I think. Not that I really needed to stay awake because I don't think I ever want to sleep again. But
Yeah.
I'm guessing your dreams weren't great either.
No, I haven't had a nightmare in a long time, but I definitely had one last night. What time of day is it? I still can't get a handle on that.
It's dark.
Are the clocks working at all?
No, they're all electric.
None of us wear a watch. I guess not.
Sai has a watch.
Is it working? Or is the time
Oh,
going
it's working.
backwards?
it's working. It's just kind of like ticking forward a little bit and then a little bit back. Ticking forward a lot and then a little bit back. And then stops for for more than a few breaths and then ticks on again. So
Okay.
it's doing the little dance inside its little casing.
I don't like
I think my Casio's broken.
this. Casio.
It looks like. Or the world's broken.
Yeah.
I think that's more what we're dealing with here.
Well, let's go see if the generator's broken.
Yes, yes. It's your generator. I will hold the flashlight and presume you know how to start it because I don't know
Right.
a thing about generators.
So through the center hallway, back into the dining room, there is a door off the back corner of the dining room with 3 steps down into what is the mudroom that leads into the backyard. There's the generator to one side, and there's sort of a lifted bathtub, but it's sort of half size, and that's where Caviar gets his baths. And then, like, my electric lawnmower is in there too. So Sai is going to go down the steps and around the corner in the room into the room and attempt to start the generator.
I'll give you an opportunity to start the generator. I think it will fire up. But then I think, you'll pull up some lighting, but not a lot. Like it'll sputter to life, it'll give you a little bit of juice, and then maybe you have like the intermittent glimmers of some lights that will work, like from the ones that you switched on, but then like kind of die out a little, I think. Like to a shuddering stop.
Does the coffee maker work?
The lights aren't working. Probably not. After I see the lights kind of fading in and out, I'll be out, kind of yell down the hall. Did you give it more gas?
Right. I'm going to check the fuel tank to make sure that it is full, and the cords to make sure that it's plugged in properly and that it hasn't come loose. And I'm going to flip the engine switch again.
Okay.
Everything looks like it should be working.
Okay. Give it another shot, and it will roar to life. Lights come on, but not the lights that you would have expected. Like maybe it activates like one of the outer lights that you have, like shining out onto the street, or like on your patio or what have you, and you see a few hooded figures, like in the pool of light that
Outside the
forms.
house.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Do you have any you keep your electric lawnmower in here. Do you have any like garden tools? Like a nice hefty shovel or
Oh, Sai
hoe or
Gardens.
so
Sai
okay.
Gardens. So there would be gardening tools in the mudroom, yeah.
I'm just picking up something that has some nice weight to it and a nice long handle because I feel better holding something.
For reasons.
I don't I don't know. I don't know that it's going to help, but I feel a little bit better.
For reasons.
Mhm.
Pearl, tell me you see those people.
I do.
Okay, great, good, awesome, fantastic.
I don't know whether that's better or worse. I mean, I think they're there. Either that or we're both hallucinating, which is also possible given everything else.
Should we talk to them?
You know, let's.
No.
Cutting over to Mazi and Walter.
Who has no idea, by the way? Because
No, has no idea. So yeah, I mean,
Because
yeah,
I'm
you
assuming
guys,
I'm just in there like hanging with Walter, and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
probably like walking around him, like looking him up and down, like is this real? Like what is happening? Um do you feel anything different? I mean, do
for
you
the fact
still remember what happened to you?
for the fact that I feel is just something incredible, Mazi. I mean, it's. I know I'm gonna miss it. if I go back to the way I was.
I mean, maybe you don't have to, depending on. It does like a generic like motion. How whatever is happening happens.
Well, if it is as I suspect, that we are not where we were, then maybe this is where I need to stay?
Walter, will you do me a favor? Will you go pick
Sure.
up the phone in the kitchen and see if you hear anything?
Sure. Do I need to dial anything?
I didn't have to. I wasn't
Okay.
even able to.
He goes over to the phone and he picks it up and he puts it like, not even on his ear. And then he's like, kind of starts and then like listens again. Hello? And then he will like just kind of stay still except for his hand reaching out and then placing it right back on the hook. Well,
What did they say to you?
we are not where we thought we were or whatever.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Yep.
How's it going down there with you two?
There's people outside
What?
What?
in robes. Look, staying in here is not solving anything. I'm gonna talk to them.
Okay, well,
No,
can we
no.
all come with you?
Yeah.
I grab
Sure.
2 large kitchen knives and hand one to Walter. So I have a kitchen knife and like my giant mag light.
You're muted.
Again. Come on, Sai.
Come on, it's like
You
the
can
last
do
one. It's
it.
one for the road. It's okay. It's
You
all
can
right.
do it. You
It's
got
all right.
this.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Maybe conceal the weapons before we walk out. Like, don't show your hand.
I'll have my hands empty.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm shoving whatever garden implement I'd grabbed into Sai's hands. Here, you
I'm a-
hold the shovel or whatever it is.
I'm imagining that it is one of those long. It's like a long pole stick.
Shaft, haft.
Yeah, and on the end it's got 2 prongs like this, and it's for weeding.
Oh, uh-huh.
Mm.
One of those.
Secateurs or something? Yeah.
Yeah, the weeding hook thing, or that you push it down next to the weed and you
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Lever.
it.
Yeah.
I went
Yeah.
straight up with like a cleaver. And I gave Walter like just your standard like kitchen knife.
Yeah, I think he slides it like just so it's like up his sleeve. And then like, he pull it out or let it drop and then like, drop out of his sleeve when he needs it.
Okay, before we go out, one more thing. Is there any way that we could, like, if we have to make a quick exit, do we have any sort of distraction? I don't like keep black cats here. Does anybody got an idea? Does anybody have an idea?
All right.
Do you have a
I
spare
can
tank
be-
of Oh, go ahead.
I can be the distraction if you need
No,
to.
Walter. You are not a distraction.
I said distraction, not sacrifice, Walter.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sacrifice, just give you some time to get over to the car and then leave.
But you're not a
I-
ghost anymore. You can't catch up with us.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
And
will
also, Walter's not a ghost anymore. Are we going to talk about that at some point?
motion to the figures.
What
in
is
the...
there to say?
I don't know.
It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a very unexpected, strange fact, but it seems to be a fact. And I think of all the weird things that have happened, this is the only one that seems good.
Yeah. Your distraction, I will make one for you. I will hand Walter the cleaver. So he now has a knife in each hand. I'm gonna go rummage. You'll hear me for a few minutes rummaging through Sai, your bathroom, and then in the kitchen. And I'm gonna come back with a giant can of Aquanet and a lighter.
how the hell long ago
Perfect.
did Sai have this can of Aquanet?
That's why it's super flammable.
It's from the
God.
80s. It's from the 80s.
Oh my god. Well, hey, I'm
I'll
gonna
light up
make
your
it
whole yard.
Hey, I'm gonna make it really risky for her to use it because that
Oh, I
sucker's
can't
gonna be
wait.
clogged,
Yep.
or explode. Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna light up the
Okay.
atmosphere.
I'm
Oof.
here for it.
Oh my god. All right. Anyway.
Okay.
All
I
right.
can talk to people. I can talk to anybody.
You can
It's
talk
what
to
I do.
anybody. You got this. You got this.
We got you. We got your back.
Okay.
Okay.
Just stay a pace or two behind me. Just
Play it
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I slide it into like the pocket of my robe, and the lighter's like in my hand.
okay. I walk outside, smiling.
Might move.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you say, and what do you think will happen if you fail or lose your nerve?
I'm just gonna open up with good evening, folks. Can we talk? We'd like to know what's going on and what it is that you want. I'm afraid that there's not gonna be anybody I can talk to. Like I'm not gonna be able to communicate.
Right. Well, actually, like, let me change it from a night move into, do you have one of your moves that you want to use to make this a
Yeah.
little bit easier?
Let's see what I'm working with here. I've already had my Dale Cooper. I'm not wearing my Sonny Crockett outfit. Remington Steele, pass yourself off as someone you're not. And if there's a piece of identification or disguise that would help you with your ruse, you have it.
You are wearing a robe.
There we go. As it happens, this is a dark colored robe, that I borrowed from you.
Is it
Uh,
fully knitted? It's like a knitted robe.
No.
No.
Well, I mean, like, if you're gonna pull it off as a disguise,
Yeah.
I would have to say it would have to be a hooded robe of a dark color, so this way it kind of looks,
mhm.
similar to what they're wearing.
I can see you having like a plush velvety kind of robe
Mhm.
for lounging. Also, I've always pictured Sai as significantly taller than Pearl.
Mm.
And so it's a little more enveloping on me than it would be.
Dragging a little bit.
Yeah, so I will pop the hood up. Um and and try to glide ominously.
Okay.
Uh
Do you want us to stay behind then, or are you going by your?
you stay just inside the door.
Okay. I not do talkie talkie.
Yeah, do
So-
talkie-talkie with presence, of course, and,
Yep.
yeah. Metal away.
Okay.
Wait, is it not a
I
night
mean,
move?
your
then?
move, your particular move, but I mean, like, it feels like, it feels like meddling. even
Well,
though it's not.
it is a meddling move because what the Maven move does is give me the means to pass myself off,
Sure.
basically.
Okay.
So yeah, this is rolling with presence.
But it's not a night move anymore. You decided not.
No,
to do
I
a night-
decided not
Oh,
to make
okay.
it a night
Thank
move.
goodness.
If she rolls badly, then
'Cause I
it
was like,
will
I
be
thought
a
you were
night
going
It
to
move.
can
tell us
still
how we
go bad.
failed horribly, miserably, and then we get to do something to not fail horribly, miserably.
Okay. Rolling. I got an 11.
Nice. All right. So,
Awesome and terrifying.
yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Pearl, you glide on up, and then you realize as you approach that your robe, your like size robe, is looking quite similar to what these guys are wearing, like, kind of plush in a different way, like kind of more velvet, and they look somewhat imposing, like they can't see faces underneath. And when you speak, what do you say to them specifically to pass off as one of them?
Greetings. It seems to me that the work of this night is going strangely. What can you tell me of what you have done?
Oh. Well, sister, this is the first time that this has actually succeeded. And so, of course, it's going to feel strange at first, but we have hope. The ritual has contained enough to be able to move us into this world, where we have more control, and we can bring upon the vengeance of our mistress. And, of course, to a lesser extent, the wishes of our Lord.
What of the boundaries of the effect? What is encompassed?
Oh, just the town, as expected. This has been a portal for so many years. So we are well situated, and the ritual will come to a close quite soon. Have you secured the crones? And you hear a laugh underneath the hood.
We can't hear this inside, right?
I sincerely hope not.
That's it. Light it up. Burning this mother down. Crones.
The crones, yes, have been secured.
Good. Matthias and the others will be coming by and readying them for the sacrifice, the final ritual at the altar. There are those that have already changed. We are just the observers to lie witness for all of this. Ready yourselves. You may want to head to the final ritual place at the tower, the lighthouse.
Of course.
And he bows, and he will take his two companions and then leave you.
Okay. Breathing again. Okay, going back inside. All right. Someone named Matthias is coming. We are to be sacrifices
Pass.
for a final ritual
Hard pass.
at the lighthouse. I think we
I
need
have
to get out of
never
here.
liked that lighthouse.
Nope, that lighthouse is a terrible place, and
Wait, is
now
it the
maybe
Monkey
we know
Point
why.
Lighthouse?
It's an absolute eyesore.
It's the only lighthouse I know around here.
Son of a biscuit, we should have burnt it down.
Yeah.
Let's burn it down now.
I don't think it's
Well,
the same place now. If we are not where we thought we were, and this
Yeah.
isn't Brindlewood Bay anymore, then who knows what it is now, right?
flammable, I hope.
Did they say anything about Walter? Maybe he's like
No.
a wild card in all of this too.
That's possible. It could be that they weren't taking into account how this all would affect ghosts.
Or if they even knew about him.
That's possible.
I mean, I've been well, traveling when I can. I mean, I've only manifested for a little bit. I mean, they might not have known about me.
Yeah, that's good. That means you're an asset we have that they don't know. They also don't know that we know and are not going to hang around waiting for Matthias. Let us get out of
no.
here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think we need robes though to blend in / hide. That's how you were able to do it. Do you think we'd be able
Yeah.
to do it? I mean, I'm not.
I mean, I don't know. Can you? I mean, that's a serious question. It's it may be that you can hang in the back quietly. I don't know. I mean, being somebody I'm not is my thing. Um, but if we can at least,
But the robes might at least. I mean, I'm
yeah,
all
if you,
motioned down to my like pink bunny outfit. I was like,
yeah, no,
at
I
least
agree
blend
that
in.
if we can cover you up, that would be good, or at the very least, dark clothes to blend into the shadows.
You
I
hear
have
the
dark clothing that you can use. It may not fit you excellently, but I have belts. Um, that that's that's really my only dark colored robe though.
you hear a rumbling in the distance. I think Sai, I think you know it as Caviar's meow growl. But louder, bigger. And then you hear a crash in like from where you guys are right now. It's like in an opposite part of the house on the first floor. You hear a crash or a couple of crashes. And I think when you go look, you realize that someone has started to throw in some Molotov cocktails.
We're going what we're dressed in.
Yep.
Yep. All
Out,
right,
out,
let's
out, out, out.
flip
Everyone
around,
out
get
the front door and
in the
into the
car.
car.
I'll lead, and then Walter will make sure that he has the weapons ready to brandish, and then like he will lead you three out to the car
Mhm.
to jump in. So for this, Mazi, I'm gonna ask you to do your Michael Knight move.
Yeah.
So you
Pew, pew,
need to be able to peel out of here and then try to figure out where to go next, to get more information or what have you.
All
So
right. So when you get to use it, I get to advantage. All right, cool. So I get 3d6. Now, is there a way to do 3d6? Oh, I don't get
well,
plus anything, do I?
I mean, we're gonna make it a night move because you have
Oh,
to try and make it out, to be able to
yeah.
peel out and like be fast enough to beat any the people that are trying to uh you know
Burn us out.
flush you out of the house, right? Or and also like to be able to um get away,
Mhm.
So yeah. 3d6, take the two highest with what seems appropriate for driving. Composure
That sounds
or
good to me
vitality?
to
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
hold it together
to
in,
hold it together and stay focused.
Yeah, that
That was
sounds
yeah.
my
good.
thought.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so
Okay.
roll with that. 3d6, take the two highest plus composure.
All right. It doesn't do separate though, does it? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out your roller thing here.
I think you can put in 3d6 and then it should show you each roll.
It did. So
Okay.
I get the two highest.
Yep.
So it's a 2 and a 5, so that's 7 plus 2 is 8. 9.
Okay. All right.
Math.
Sorry, I can math.
That's okay. All right. So I want you to tell me like how you get, everybody out and get away, but I will add a complication once you do so.
So I am going to I am going to, as we are running, I'm gonna have everybody like piling into the car. And I know that they're doing the like Molotov cocktails and stuff. I am going to, as hard as I can, lob that can of hairspray at like the side of the house to try to make it kind of like explode out sort of in that direction. Like just it's old, it's probably under pressure. I'm hoping that works to make a little bit of like an explosion in that direction as we're kind of
Yeah.
veering that way.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, amazing.
It might only buy us like 2 seconds, but I'm hoping that's enough that people can pile in and peel out then.
Yeah.
So, how bad does it hurt me?
Yeah, I think
Good
with
How
bye,
many
the
fingers did
eyebrows.
I lose?
oh my gosh, I think as we pile in the 9, because like you have to be the one to do this thing, and then also like hop into the car. Everybody has piled in like ahead of you and whatever.
Mhm.
I think you get singed because I mean like it again was pressurized. It's old, but it's still very very flammable, and I think it created a bigger burst than you even expected. So I'm just gonna say your condition is
Singed.
singed. Yeah.
Smoking. Can I please do smoking?
Singed and smoking. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. All right. So as you make it out, where do you all go?
We've got 2 options. We can go to the lighthouse, which seems to be the only other place that there's action happening, or we can make a break for out of town. Can't sacrifice us if we're not here.
I mean, there's something to that, but I don't know if it's gonna work. On the other hand, let's try.
All right.
What do you think,
So
Mazi?
Yeah, you're the driver.
yeah,
Okay. I'm
I'm
going.
gonna give you a hint if you want to go someplace.
Oh yes,
Love a
I
hint.
would love a hint.
Remember where you had been coming from Devilwood before you went back to Brindlewood?
Oh, there was
Star
a
something.
certain Timmy Stars. There was a
Yes.
door there that went someplace that it shouldn't. There was the door at Timmy Stars.
Snap.
Wait, Rachel's got notes.
There'd be
That one,
coffee.
yes.
If it works,
would be
there'd be
coffee.
There would be
coffee.
coffee. That's it. We're going. Sold.
Alright.
Sold. Sold.
And it's kind of on the way out of town, so it checks multiple boxes. I think that would be a good place to start. If there's not warm hot coffee, there are coffee beans and coffee cakes. We'll just raid the place.
Yep.
I've got
Bet.
my battle axe in the back, so
Okay.
I don't mean Walter. No.
No.
Nice.
All right. So paint the scene as you make your way back to the Timmy Stars. At least as far as you can remember. I think as you pass this landscape of this Brindlewood Bay that you thought you knew, you don't see anyone. You just see like a lot of darkness and the roads just looking as if they are old and cracked, like something heavy has crossed them, or that it has been so long since anyone has been here that they have gone unmaintained. But you smell things, you hear things. What are the things that you hear as you make your way to the Timmy Stars out of town that give you the sense that there may not be a lot of humans in Brindlewood Bay anymore?
I have a sound that is wholly unnatural and yet natural. How many of you guys have ever heard that sound of like ice like cracking? You can see it in like glacier videos and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Or there's a cool video of a guy throwing like a rock across like a frozen lake. It's just that kind of like a like it sounds like that, like
Mhm.
large chunks of frozen stuff just collapsing, kind of echoing on the wind,
Nice.
which always weirds me out because I'm from Florida and ice is not a thing.
Gonna
Except
say.
in beverages.
Rachel's
It's
like,
very
I've
small bit.
heard of this thing called ice.
I've heard of this thing called ice and snow. Listen.
What else do you smell and hear?
Oh, do I have to do smell too?
No, I mean
okay.
I'm just it's offering up a
It
smell
prompt
or
for
Got it.
heard.
us.
Yep.
I think there is a smell not of burning now that we left Sai's house behind. Um, but like of burnt, of damp, cold ashes. As if you're walking past a site where there was a major fire, but it's been some time and some rain and so on, and it's just that bitterness with that quality of dampness as well in the air.
I think besides the smell of dampness and the sound of breaking ice, the thing that strikes Sai the most is the profound absence of any sort of electric hums. No street lamps, no signs, no TVs in living room windows, and the electricity has a humming sound that you don't notice until it is not there. It's the absence. It's a negative pulse of sound.
And funnily enough, you see the lights of the Timmy stars in the distance. A bright beacon, haven, oasis in this field of dark behind and in front of you. It looks inviting. You can even see like maybe a bit of the baked goods case, desserts and such. And there is one person behind the counter wearing an apron, but you only see their back.
Well, I think this is probably a good thing, I hope. I mean, this place was a nice respite from the first time things got really spooky.
Wait, I couldn't come in last time.
We'll see if
I-
you can
I-
now. I hope so.
Yeah.
Get you some coffee and a pastry, and you can actually eat and drink. I hope.
Oh, coffee.
I will say, as I'm pulling in, I'm going to be like, real quick confirmation from everybody before we go in. Oh, I guess we've already gone in, haven't we? Or we're going in.
You're
yeah,
going
before-
in. You see,
Okay.
you see the windows and you see the people and you see the person inside with the mouth-watering baked goods case and such.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of just pause before we actually go in. Just, are we in agreement that we think it is okay to eat with caution, don't eat, drink? You're muted.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
This is ridiculous. Cut it out in editing.
Like mute counter.
Well, if I have to do a rewatch, oh, I gotta remember to do that. Mute
Your face
throughout the episode.
I want one for the whole season.
Oh no!
The whole
I'm
season.
on episode 10. I can't. The number of times I went mute.
Just count it for all of us, because I've done it plenty.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh shit. I think it's too late. I might have edited some you're on mute out.
I just put it at a solid 100 times.
Those are the blooper rolls. You're muted.
100.
You're muted. You're muted.
Do a montage.
There we go.
You're muted. Anyway, sorry.
I may be able to hold off on a pastry, but if it's a choice between coffee or immortal undeadness in a alternate dimension, I choose coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so I don't go in and start, ordering things, and you guys are like, "Whoa, whoa, cut it out!" Like we agreed or something.
Yeah. No.
I don't think it's Fey rules. Like, we weren't kidnapped by anybody, right?
I
We
mean,
know of.
if it tastes weird, stop.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but that's just, good general advice.
Okay.
Okay.
Push the door open. Diddling.
Nice.
Yes, you will see some very fine buns.
Yes. In the pastry roll. Or
This
the
is why I
pastry
need to
counter.
be on mute.
Well muscled back, nice posterior, built, And then when he turns around, you will recognize like a familiar face. It's Luke. Like, the guy that was here when you, first came in and such. And he will welcome you, but there's a difference to the way he looks. I mean, he's still wearing like the whole, Timmy Star's apron and like, the jeans and polo and whatever. But he looks a little bit different. And you realize why. Because he looks like he's kind of like bobbing up and down a little bit. And if you look down, like when he comes away from behind the counter to say, "Welcome, ladies. How can I help you?" You realize that he has wings on his feet. He's hovering.
We are having a strange night. We could use 4 coffees and
Buns. Cinnamon buns.
cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns sound great.
I'll do you one better. I'll give you the signature coffees of this establishment, and I will also give you the ambrosial dessert. You might need to fortify yourselves before what's coming. This is not the same Luke that you spoke to before.
Oh no.
Looks the same, but I mean, like, definitely different. As if somebody else is talking through him. So.
Is there anything you can tell us about what's coming?
And can you tell us about it after you delivered the coffees?
And he laughs. He has a beautiful smile still. And so he laughs and says, "Of course." And before you know it, I mean, like, as you say that, you see a flutter or you see like a blur, and he's brought it already back. He has you sit down at one of the bigger booths, and then he will lay all the stuff around. I think, quick paint the scene for this, and like, he'll bring out these beautiful buns that are just so rich and glazed perfectly and kind of almost glittery, but not, not ostentatiously glittered. And when you look at them, they seem to shimmer with their own light. And then the coffee looks like normal coffee in the cup, but Timmy Stars has a twinkle in their eye on the logo. And when you taste it, it is your specific flavor that you didn't know you wanted at that moment until you had it. What is that flavor? What is the flavor of the coffee that you taste that you're like, "Oh, that's what I wanted this whole time"?
Is it the same for everyone, or does everyone taste something different?
Everybody tastes something different.
So for me, it's a solid hazelnut coffee.
Okay. It doesn't even have to be a normal flavor of coffee. It could be
Yeah.
something very weird if you want.
So knows what she wants. It's
I
hazelnut.
think I'm like a turtle flavor, so it's like that a little bit like a salted caramel with a little bit of nut and chocolate. Just like a it's really good.
Mine's got notes of vanilla and maple. So it's like kind of like eating really good pancakes with syrup with your cup of coffee.
Walter will take a look at will take a sip, and he closes his eyes and just has this beatific smile on his face as he looks up at Luke, Luke, and will say, "How did you know? How did you know that I wanted a hot fudge sundae in a cup?" And Luke smiles down at him and says, "Wasn't me. The cup knows." So, you want some answers, yeah?
Yeah.
As you suspect, you are no longer back in Brindlewood Bay. This is a liminal point. This is a point in between. And those folks that are working against you all, they are trying to move something from another dimension into your world. But they needed to bring a slice of your world into it first to bridge that gap. And what better place than Brindlewood Bay, where all of the deaths happen,
Yeah.
and all of the possibility of portals can occur.
I'm guessing because you're telling us about these things, you may not necessarily be involved. More of a neutral party, I'm hoping. If
Or
not
maybe
helping.
even on our side.
Look, I'm not trying to be too hopeful tonight.
I'm I am to be a mere watcher.
Neutral party.
Nods, but then taps the side of his nose.
So we're supposed to be sacrificed, aren't we?
Yes. Yes.
Any reason us particularly?
He just kind of like has this look on his face like, yes, but it's gross.
Yes, but it's gross.
Like, did you ever wonder how long a grudge can be held?
Very, very long time. That much I know, but
Yes. Yes.
I'm guessing this grudge is pretty damn ancient.
Well, yes and no. The grudge itself is quite quite recent for us, for those that live for quite a long time. But the ritual itself is something that is ancient and wrought and has been tried many, many times. In some places it has succeeded. They have bridged, unfortunately, the gap between worlds and have brought unspeakable things through. And in some circumstances, there have been those that have been born to thwart them and stop it from happening, either preventing many more deaths or stopping the portal from opening in the first place. It is as you said, and he looks over at Walter. It is as you say. Time is on a very large table, and things are happening all at once, at the same time, and haven't happened yet. But I will say that what is set in motion was from your pasts. And may I say that I personally have been very appreciative of your exploits through the years. But there are those that have not appreciated it as much and feel a very personal slight because of it. And that's why you've been targeted. Can you stop it? I don't know. I mean, it's bigger than all of you, and to be honest, I'd understand if you don't care. If you left these walls, this between space, and decided to turn your back on Brindlewood Bay and its portal problems. I understand. But you may also be the only ones that could possibly stop it and figure out how to do it. So, it is always choice. It is always free will.
But us being, as we assumed, heard, questioned, sacrificed, that's not a willing thing on our part.
No.
No.
It is the, excuse me, the opposing numbers idea of, again, revenge as well as fulfilling the ritual that has been set for, these millennia.
How do we undo it? If they need us to be sacrificed to complete it, us being absent would prevent completion? But is that enough? Do we have to do something? Steal something? Trick someone?
Run them over with a car?
And he laughs. And, that is for you to find out. Circumstances change from ritual to ritual. And these are very specific circumstances, which is why I am able to at least hint at a little bit of it.
If we were to leave, to just get away from this place, what would happen to the, for lack of a better word, normal people of Brindlewood Bay? Are they just lost? Are they stuck in some kind of between state? Are they already gone?
If it would make you feel any better, they don't know that they are stuck in that dimensional space. So they would live out their lives, unaware of anything that would have happened. But that there is that looming or underlying horror that would shadow their lives for as long as it existed. I mean, you felt it before you all decided to solve these murders, figure out how things tie in, see the patterns. So yes, they would be under a shadow for quite some time. But small blessing is that they wouldn't know. But they would be locked there forever.
Time was, I wouldn't have cared about that. Time was, I would have said, sucks to be them. Bye. And hit the road. I guess I'm not that person anymore. What do you two think?
I guess I'm curious. Mainly curious. if we were to leave? I mean, is it just a matter of like once we're past a certain point, boof, we're out of this and we're back into the normal world? Like, what? I don't. How does that work?
Would re-enter the normal world, but I believe that you would forget everything. Everything of your lives back there in Brindlewood Bay. And I think you would slowly forget each other. You would go your separate ways, live the rest of your remaining years as you would, but I think you would forget about each other. And there might be a stain still from those who would have revenge on you. They may continue to dog your steps, but you would not know why, you would not know who. Whereas if you stayed, there is a chance you could figure it all out. How to stop them, who's doing it, and why. Just as you have done for all these other mysteries that you have investigated.
What happened to my cat?
Oh,
In this changed world, in this dimensional slip, certain creatures become more of themselves in that slip. Your caviar has become more of himself in this world.
Where is he?
They have called him to the gate. They have called him to the portal.
The lighthouse?
He's probably there now, standing guard, making sure that there's no interference when you will be brought to the lighthouse to be sacrificed. There are other concerns as well. The one you call Adamus has been taken by them.
No.
The one that you call Erica Valentine has also been taken.
do you know to what end? I mean, are they planning to use them as bargaining chips, bait,
Bait, leverage.
leverage, or other sacrifices?
Your blood would fulfill the ritual to the brim, but that would not stop them from using others, perhaps not quite as worthy or useful, but all they need is blood. Have you not wondered why there have been so many murders so close to this ritual period?
Right.
Well, I guess we better eat up and get ready to knock some heads. I know
My mind's made up.
I'm not
Yeah.
getting any younger.
Yeah, no. We can't let this go on. Yeah.
What you
And
say,
if there's
Walter?
any way we can save the people they've taken and stop this whole business, we have to try.
Yes.
I am glad you have made this decision. And I am also sorry that you have, because there is no going back once you do. I ask one final time, are you sure you want to go back?
Absolutely.
Yes.
He flits to behind the counter and pulls up a box. It is the size of, like, a gift box, basically. And he will place it on your table and say, in this box are tools that you can use to help you rescue your friends and hopefully give you some insight about how to stop it all. Or even get to the why of why it's even being done. And when you open the box, it's a strange box. It will reveal something that appears to you and you alone. So it only shows an item in the box meant for you. So
Okay.
I will mention each of these, and then I will ask you to put it into your cozy little place, once I name it. He will gently pull a golden flexible mask out of the box and hand it to you, Pearl, and say, for you. An oracle. Visions of what is to come. For you. And he looks at you, Mazi. A great forge. Always striding ahead. And he pulls out what looks like a small staff, but then when he stretches it out from end to end, it becomes a long-handled hammer.
Yes.
And he hands it to you.
You know, I had that in my mind too. It's like a hammer. I'm getting a hammer.
Stop reading your mind. God.
And for you. And he looks at you, Sai. The rook. Always looking for the most brilliant thing. And he hands you a pair of beautiful calfskin gloves. I don't have anything for you. And he looks at Walter. I don't think I foresaw your presence here. And I don't think your enemies had foreseen it either.
We'll take that as a gift.
Yeah.
Fortify yourselves. Drink up. Have your fill. And good luck.
Thank you.
And he will also say, if you drive around the back, I will make it easier for you to be where you need to be.
You also modify win, the where and the when. So
I
we're
can
there at
help.
the right time. Sweet. Wait, are you actually going to be modifying JoJo? I'm looking like dead. Like
Mazi, under the circumstances, I would think that an upgrade would be appreciated. I'm sure anything that's
not
done
everything
can
is an
be
upgrade.
undone.
Is that how you feel about caviar right now?
Ooh. Okay. Let's not snipe at each other.
We're all very tired, all very
We're all very
cranky.
tired. We're all very overwrought.
Sorry,
We need
just-
each other. Just let's give each other a little grace here.
I'm gonna tell Caviar to eat you.
Probably don't have to tell him. As I mumbles, I'm like, fine. Drive the car around. I'm trusting him and his nice buns, though. Not to mess with my JoJo. Do I get to watch him work?
You can if you want. I
She's gonna be
mean,
hanging over his shoulder.
Oh no, I won't be. I'll be standing back like, yes.
I mean, he's just going to, he's going to.
He's just gonna look at it and wave his hand. It's gonna happen, right?
No, he's gonna like kind of place his hand along like, JoJo's sides and such, and then like, you see something shimmery happen, and maybe when he, waves you through to like, through to the other side back into Brindlewood Bay, leading out to Mucky Point. I mean, like maybe there's some kind of adjustment to JoJo where you're not necessarily touching the ground.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
You mean he doesn't ask for a screwdriver and I'm like, oops, I dropped it. Matt's like, I hate you all. Why are you like this?
Oh, all the damn horny pictures in the chats. Okay, great.
This is why you came here.
I do have some cute barista pictures, but like not that end. All right.
They're not also mechanics.
No. Okay. So to wrap to get us to the
to the
climax.
Mucky Point.
Oh yeah. So as you go into Mucky Point, you see that the sky has been cleared of all those strange constellations. But then, you see a streak of yellow and purple as behind the portal, behind the lighthouse itself, like in the sky, you will see like a swirling mass, like as if it's like slowly turning. And when it stops turning, it will open, right? Like it's kind of like an aperture. It's getting primed. And as you fly out, and then, kind of stealthily approach. I mean, like you can't hear it because your tires aren't touching the road. I mean, so there you go. You will see and hear more chanting. You will see robed figures along the edges of the beach and also facing the tower itself, the lighthouse. And they're chanting. I think Sai, maybe you recognize a little bit of Greek, but it's not a Greek that you know. Like, it's not modern Greek. So, they're chanting. And it's like, again, a slow rumble. And then you see this massive figure. It's on two legs, but it's like, the way the limbs are bent. It's as if you were looking at a cat that has, like, stood up on their hind legs, their back paws, but then, like, their top is built like a football player, right? And just, like, furred all over, like, kind of like three, I can't remember what they're called, like fingers, like, with claws at the end of them, and then, like, just massive bulk of body with what looks like a shaggy head, and that would be Caviar. If Caviar was like a werecat, basically. I mean, it's just weird. And he seems to be chanting along with them, but I mean in his growly voice, and it looks like he's trying not to. Like they seem to have him by some sort of silver chain, like maybe there's a collar underneath, but you can't see it, but you do see that silver chain that seems to be weighing him down than even real chains would.
How big is he?
Probably about 7 feet tall. Yeah.
It's a big cat.
Big cat. And yeah, I think you see also at the foot of the tower, at the foot of the lighthouse, you will see two figures kneeling. They are not robed. They are just, they look like they've been dragged out of their beds. And one of them is Erica and one of them is Adamus. They're being held kneeling by two of the robed figures. One of the robed figures is actually facing the tower itself, like, with both arms like outstretched, and then they kind of toss off their hood. I think you recognize that hat and the intonation of the person that's chanting out loud.
Dalrymple? Oh, I'm running JoJo version of him. Oh.
Oh my god.
Floor it. No. Just kidding.
I mean,
Consider
Erica
it.
was right about corruption in the police department. She just didn't quite realize the magnitude.
No, not the magnitude. No.
We
So,
need a plan. We need a plan. We need a plan real fast.
All right. Take a deep breath.
We've
I'm
got
just a
3
driver.
prisoners. We got 3 prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get them out. Can we see whether the 2 human prisoners are restrained, or is it just that they're being watched over?
no, they're being held kneeling. They look like they have their hands bound behind them.
Okay.
Their legs don't look like they're bound. Like, they're just
Okay.
kneeling in place. But I think this is a good opportunity, like as you're trying to figure out a plan out of character, this is your opportunity to do your final theorize.
Okay.
I knew it was Dalrymple.
I didn't.
I called it. I said he was evil.
So yeah. So taking these 5 clues. I mean, unless you want to try to go for another one.
I do have one quick question about the scene.
Yeah.
Do we get any sort of...
I'm going to lower the complexity to 4 because I meant to put it as 4 in the beginning and I didn't. That was left over from something else.
Do we get any sort of idea, or can we make a guesstimate that are they 60% through this ritual? Are they 95%? Like, is basically trying to gauge if we have enough, like what kind of time frame we're working under. Do we have a matter of minutes to get them, or maybe like an hour? Because that would impact our plan, I guess. Oh, we're doing a theorize though, so it doesn't matter.
We're doing a theorize, so we can.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can call it as much as you want,
Got
Okay.
it. So
Okay.
I guess what are we theorizing?
You're
'Cause we
theorizing
don't have a
about,
murder.
well,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
have a lot of murders.
Yeah.
The
so
town
I mean,
of murder.
Who wants revenge for what, and what form that revenge is going to take?
Okay.
I mean, what they're trying to
fulfill
bring
the ritual.
through.
Right.
That seems to me like what we're talking here.
Okay.
And you two have some clues that you can use to put on the scale, but can you
Yeah.
figure out something from the 3 clues that have been delineated so far?
And I'm presuming that while it doesn't have a mechanical effect, we can bring in what we've discerned about things from the void clues.
I mean, I'm going to say, like, since this is definitely, again, I should have said the disclaimer in the beginning, it's like this is not going to be run like a usual Brindlewood Bay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will say that if you can incorporate, like, one void clue, you can totally add that to your total.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh lordy.
Reading through these void clues. A pile of dead seagulls.
That's where I started. I was like, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Let me help contextualize one of the clues. So, photos from your pasts that expose your criminal behavior. What if one of those people that you've grifted or stolen from has a particular grudge because, as was said when Pearl talked with the one fella, that was the embodiment of someone or something that felt betrayed. And so now they're taking it out on you 3 because of the betrayal.
Well, I've betrayed the trust of so many.
But you can
I wouldn't know where to
contextualize.
begin. Yeah, I'm saying in character, I've betrayed the trust of an awful lot of people. That's exactly what I did all those years. Was there a time that either of you specifically betrayed someone who trusted you? Or, I mean, because if I have to go through all the people it might be in my own past, we'll be here all night
Sure,
or
we can
day
put
or
something like
whatever
that
the
in my story.
heck time it is.
Would it be somebody that we have met already in the course of all of the murders?
Could be, yes.
Okay,
Could be
okay.
anybody. So,
Because people are not who they seem like they are.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. They could have been something else all along. So,
Wait, so it just to clarify, the figure with the hat is definitely Dalrymple, though.
yes.
Okay, I didn't
Yes.
know if you were like
Damn.
I know it.
No.
Okay.
But I will say, I mean, like, for what I'm thinking, he's merely one of the
The puppets.
puppets, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I
He
don't
is
think
not,
he-
he is
he
not the
doesn't
one with the
have
grudge.
mastermind energy. He doesn't
Oh,
have
no.
mastermind
Right,
energy.
right. He's not the one with the big grudge.
No. He's
You
just
know,
the one that had the
Alonso.
most power in town to be able to help coordinate.
Or neglectfully coordinate. So
Right.
therefore,
Obstruct and
yeah. Mhm,
allow things to go unmolested.
right. Which is why he had a grudge against you three. I mean, like, for
'Cause-
himself.
Yeah.
Right.
That was
right.
a personal grudge. Not
He had a role to play, and we were messing with his ability to play that role.
Exactly. But yes,
Um,
there's something bigger. There's something bigger here where it's like something has a beef. So,
I hate to say this, what are the odds that Alonso
Thank
just
you.
happened to turn up
Yeah,
from your past?
right? It's definitely him.
okay.
But
All
he's
right.
not really him.
No.
true.
Was he always something different, or is this something different that has taken the form of Alonso in this time and place?
You contextualize that.
Right.
It
That
could
was
be
an
either or.
in-character. That was an in-character question to the other two. So
Oh. That's a good question.
I love this meta bouncing.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I
I know
think
when we're
we've-
in character, out of character. No.
we need a light, right?
Yeah, just
Um,
hold up
on
crossed
air.
fingers. Crossed fingers when you're speaking out of character. Sorry, done too much LARPing. Too much LARPing.
I didn't even know that was the signal, so okay.
Oh,
It
yeah.
Neither did
depends.
I.
There are a bunch of different. Some groups you hold a hand like this. Some groups you do moose antlers when you're speaking out of character. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
Okay.
not joking. Moose antlers.
You won't do it on accident, that's for sure.
That's true.
Factual.
Okay, so I think we've already had 2 references to Greek gods, and
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
we're
more than
hearing
2.
some of the Greek language. I mean, to this session.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That
Um,
definitely something Grecian going on here.
right, and one of the void clues is a prayer to King Poseidon, followed by
Yeah.
a baleful dissonant song. Took me a minute there.
Right. And we are back in Mucky Point, and that was the place that
With the gills
the
and the
freaky
people
ass
and the pile of dead
people.
seagulls.
Yep.
And the corpse in the water.
All right, but I mean, like, you can.
Yeah.
I'm calling it where you can only incorporate one of those void clues.
Oh, yeah,
into
yeah.
Yeah.
your theory.
But
Just reminding the audience of
The audience.
Right.
It's for the audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm figuring that we can only get mechanical benefit of one, but if it makes the story better, can we tie
Yeah.
like
so long as you
symbolically?
right, so long as you only add one of the specific void clues to the clue list,
Mhm.
Yeah.
then that fulfills that role. But I mean, if you want to Again, contextualize to your heart's content to make it all fit. That's fine. I'm perfectly
Yeah.
fine with that. And also, I got to remind you, Pearl, you have a TBD. Mazi, you have a TBD. So if you want to make one of these things into your TBD, I'm okay with that too.
Okay.
My
Right.
question is the revenge against us, the Mavens? Or is it something that we got caught up in?
Oh
And if
no,
it is against us,
Against us. I'm pretty
Yeah.
certain, yeah.
against you.
is it something we did in this lifetime, this timeline, this dimension, or is it something we've done in the past?
Hmm.
Well, the
Kind of.
past is a funny thing now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
liminal, man.
The
It's
table.
liminal.
The
The
table.
table.
It's
It's
in
all
that
out
dish
on
over
the
there and
table.
this
And the
turning.
squirrel.
the squirrel. I didn't mention a squirrel.
I know you didn't, but now you're thinking about it.
God.
So, okay.
That is not your clue, Mazi. The squirrel is not the clue.
Squirrel.
No, it's just the symbol of us being on the table, overturning all the dishes.
Trying to find the answer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Okay. So, Alonso, betrayal, Greek. I'm
you-
thinking,
But if it's not Alonso, right? It's like, so who
right.
is it?
Yeah. I mean, I think Alonso, in some fashion. Okay. Looking at that list.
I'm checking it twice.
Yep.
Not nearly enough clues. We need another session.
So,
Like 10 more clues.
so I'm thinking that because the entities will call them gods-ish. I mean, we just talked to somebody who I'm pretty sure is Hermes in some fashion. Anyway, okay, so I'm thinking they probably perceive time in the way in the table way.
In the way Walter did.
So they may well want revenge for things that we don't see from the same perspective.
Right.
So it's even possible that they have wanted revenge on us all along for what we are about to do,
Mm.
in which case they've caused their own damn problems, which seems like very Greek mythology to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying, what if one of the first tipping points? Because I feel like one of the first times you really might have thrown a kink in someone's plans was in Devilwood. He was kind of the first one that we sort of masqueraded, and we didn't do the final apprehension, but we definitely led everybody and put the post-it notes that pointed to it.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering
Oh,
if that
wait. That makes sense.
might have been one of the first cog that we popped off the mechanism, that they were like, all right, this is some nonsense. Then they maybe did some digging, and that's when they saw further into the future and were like, oh, these crones are coming back. We got to get them.
C word.
Hey, it's the nicest C word I could come up with.
I'd rather be a crone than a silly old biddy.
I want to be a hag.
Ooh.
Swamp hag.
So if
Okay.
the crime is what we're about to do, all we have to decide is what we're about to do.
And then do it.
But we have to figure out how it ties into
Jeremy
the
Bearman.
clues that we have.
Nah, we're not gonna
Oh.
use any clues. We're just gonna roll straight.
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
We are not rolling with a -4. No, we
Whoa.
are not.
Go
You
big or
somehow
go
rolled a
home.
nat 1, even though you were rolling with 3 dice. Everything just blows up. Everything. I mean, time itself.
No. Oh, who
Um.
knows? Well, it depends on how you roll, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That missed roll could have some really fun reactions from me.
Well, because
Oh, boy.
I'm also thinking
This
that's when
reminds
we
me of something that Amanda
Yeah.
Delacourt once.
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and remember, if you want to add this to the clue list or in contextualization, I'm perfectly happy with. Don't forget, Pearl, you have something that is quite new.
Have that mask. Is that what you're talking about? Or
What Adamus gave you.
Thomas give you guilt complex. Very powerful magic.
The novel.
he gave me
The new
Amanda
novel.
Delacourte's next novel,
Guilt complex.
and I have to. Well, he did do that, but I kind of did that to myself. But yeah, I totally did that to myself.
Very powerful magic.
The novel. I bet there's something to do. Okay.
Murders in the
Okay.
trophy room. If you needed to
Murders in
remember.
the trophy room. Okay.
All right.
Do we have a trophy? Do we know of a trophy room? I feel like we've had a trophy room somewhere. At some point.
Wasn't there
Hang on. Let me search my notes.
Yeah, look at the one where we went into the lighthouse. Wasn't there a weird pedestal or something? Look at Mads. I see you.
I'm just listening. I mean, you know,
Doesn't
figuring it
okay.
out.
anything.
This is why I need to take better notes.
Yeah, my notes are a wreck.
It's hard.
I thought it was at the really rich guy's house.
Mine are like, he did.
But
I
again,
already
you
told you
don't
he
have to
did.
look now. You don't have to like get like all like specific and all this kind of stuff. You make it up.
Right.
Like again, continuity errors. It doesn't matter if it's a long running show. There's gonna be some shit that we forgot, or just do the Riverdale kind of thing where we just kind of drop off some doodads, some story arcs here, or completely ignore the story arcs we've built and do something else. So
Lucario
what? Go for it.
Montez.
Lucario Montez. Yeah.
That's who I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he was the one that had the whole history of the hidden gold, and it was haunted, and
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
How about this? How about this? To make it like, even more honed in for what you guys are,
Mm-hmm.
treat it like a heist. So all of these clues that you can incorporate will be in your plan, because that's what you initially questioned. What is the plan to be able to rescue your friends and also close down the portal? So that's what you're gonna plan for.
Okay.
Like that's the question you're trying to answer. How to incorporate clues into, doing the thing, doing the heist, doing the
Right.
job. All right. And
Okay.
then if you happen to find out why, it's just cherries. It's just cherries on top.
Okay.
Walters
so,
are ace in the hole, right? Nobody knows
Walter
he's
is
here.
our ace in the hole. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
He's
He's-
the
And
distraction.
that means no, he's not the distraction, because while they're looking at us, the known quantities,
Oh yeah.
he can be doing something else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how he's our ace in the hole.
And
So Walter
currently,
can
Jojo is
actually
silent.
help them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get
Okay.
Caviar back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Caviar is one of the objectives. The objectives are the 3 prisoners they have.
Hmm.
Caviar, Adamus, and Erica.
Well, and Caviar can help us fight now. He's bipedal and jacked.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
And
all
he
3 of
does
them.
what I say.
I have the hammer. I can break the chain.
Good. Yes.
Bam.
I think
That's all I got, guys.
This is why she needs to be on mute.
I love her.
It's like, Mazi, you're not on mute. Sai, you are on mute.
God. Oh God, you guys are killing me.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going to the
All
plan.
right. So we each have our item, our tools. That's going to be part of how we do this. But the plan is in the clues. So I'm thinking that my my mask is both symbolic of what I always do and possibly a tool to let me do more of it. I've already disguised myself as one of them once. I may be able to do that again. Oh my God. Hang on. What's a trophy room? A trophy room is where you put items that are either physical pieces of or symbolic of past triumphs, past successes, etc. What are all the teeth in the walls of the tower?
Gross.
They're trophies. They're trophies of past sacrifices?
Murders.
So, murders in the trophy room, somebody will die in the tower. And we need to make sure it's the right somebody.
What we need is a linchpin. There's got to be some key or tool or chalice or jewel or something that we can nick, that we can move or alter or steal or change in order to close down the portal. They've been collecting blood. Is it in a cup? Is it in a jewel? Where is the blood? Is it in a towel hanging over the back of a chair? Gross. Why would you even suggest that, Rachael? Disgusting.
Because these people are weird, all right? So, okay.
Teeth in the walls and blood in a towel. Okay.
Next novel.
Okay.
For some reason, the latest Golden Crown mystery is not selling very well.
Weird.
Okay.
Wasn't she supposed to be on the beach?
Oh my God, is she here?
Who?
She's here.
Oh, Delacour.
Amanda,
Robin Masterson.
Robin Masterson. Thank you.
Sorry.
Robin,
Maybe
Robin
it is Amanda
Masterson.
Delacour.
Look, there's a lot of
oh my
characters.
God, is
okay?
Robin Masterson?
Is she gonna be
the
murdered?
linchpin? No.
She's
the mastermind. And the way we got drawn
She's
into
been writing
this,
about the murders that she's doing.
or that the people that she's puppeting.
Ah, yes.
So we're gonna
There
have
it
to
is.
confront her.
There it is. Double
And
it.
Adamus, somebody basically dropped that in his lap to try to get us there. I think elements of the conspiracy are kind of working at cross purposes to each other, because somebody's trying very subtly to get us here, and somebody's like, no, we hate these people, we will blow up their lives.
Besides, it's
And
as
I'm thinking that's
hinted.
Dalrymple.
Well, actually, I mean, sorry, I was coming up
No,
with
yeah, you
something,
can.
and I'm pushing this particular narrative along. The person that started off as the Adamus doppelganger, a very specific god, I guess you want to call him, entity,
Arrows.
and has a beef. Yes.
Okay.
So remember, like you're saying that, like, things are working across purposes. So one faction, if you want to call it that, is trying to open up this portal to move the creature, the entity, into our world through Brindlewood Bay, right?
Right.
But then Like there's the very specific one that has beef. So
Yeah. Okay.
I
That
mean,
makes
he may not care about the whole portal thing. He's just like, yeah,
He's-
sure, let's sacrifice them because it's like, I hate them.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
yeah.
one.
He's the one saying, "I know the perfect sacrifices for this." 'Cause
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
and that personal grudge is what's gonna do them in. Because if he hadn't tipped their hand by the photographs and all,
Mhm.
if he hadn't put us on guard,
And made us end up together.
put us
Yep.
together, made us angry, we'd have either been easy to take individually, or we would have said, "This is too weird, let's skedaddle out of town." As opposed to making us scared and angry enough to fight and work together.
Mhm.
Okay. So,
That's 3.
all right. Okay.
So I guess our
Clues.
TBDs.
I think my TBD is going to go back to the blue eyes somehow.
Okay.
Those are the eyes of the entity that's been watching us all along, that have been observing the patterns around us and the patterns that they're weaving us into. Those are the eyes of the individual that is going by Robin Masters, but isn't. Or rather, that's only one of the names that they've used.
Robin Masterson's the head of the cult.
Yeah.
I think the person with blue eyes is the one who wants us particularly dead. And I
So you think the
they're
blue eyes
working
are
together. What
So you
color
think
are
the blue eyes are
Adonis's eyes?
blue?
Coinkadinkle, but I mean, like, there's other people with blue eyes in this
Nope.
setup.
There's only
Only Adonis. Everyone else is brown eyes or green eyes.
Oh no, are you
No,
gonna
no.
try to make it where it's like,
No!
he's...
No,
He
no.
is not.
No.
Hopefully you're right with the roll.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let me think here. No, the blue eyes.
Again, heisting. We gotta figure out a plan.
Heisting. Yes, our
Heisting,
plan.
heisting.
Our plan needs to be to appear to do what they want us to do until we turn on them. Until we reveal that we've sussed out their plan and thrown our wrench in it.
So do we want to
Makes sense?
have Walter dress in the black robe under the guise of bringing us in to get us up in there, get him up in there,
That's a
Get
good
us
idea.
into the trophy room.
have a robe.
Yep, we have a robe.
Our items can be hidden on our. Can my hammer be hidden on our person? My person?
Yeah,
Remember,
it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, so it does shrink and grow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I thought maybe he just magically made it grow and was like, "Here
And
you
my-
are. Here's giant hammer."
No, I pictured
My
like
bad,
like
for
in
your
Scott
traveling
Pilgrim where she
convenience.
pulls the big hammer
It's
out
a
of her purse.
collapsible hammer. Sorry.
It comes with hammer space. It's okay.
Hammer space.
Exactly.
Holy crap. Okay.
Okay.
Got to wrap this. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but damn.
No. You're good. Okay. The way the constellations fit in, I think it's not so much that they're wrong as that they are wrong for this time. Because constellations change
Mhm.
over time. And these are ancient entities They are bridging not only dimensions of space, but dimensions of time
Mm-hmm.
to bring an ancient thing into the here and now.
Yes.
And the reason that the sky looks so weird now here in this liminal space is because it is the sky of ancient Greece.
Ooh, beautiful.
Nice.
Love
I like
that.
it. I like it.
They're moving time and space. Yep. To
Yeah.
get it to. They're getting it to fold.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Poke the pencil
fold it in.
through.
Fold it in.
and so we're gonna
Yep.
use Walter to get us up there and try to get him out. So I would like
Right.
to say. So my clue can be something that can help us achieve our plan at this point, correct? Or something that has led us to this point. It's kind of. Am I grasping this? I
Either, I
feel like
think.
I'm way off.
No, I
Is that kind of how we're
sounds
using
right
them?
to
Just
me.
go
Yeah.
with it can help us, and then if Mad says otherwise, we'll deal with that then.
Just trying to think of something that we could effectively either have found or I'm just throwing this out there, found or gotten from Barista Man, or that he did with Jojo even, to kind of I want to do like I don't even know how to word it. No, wording is hard.
Words are hard.
Words
Okay?
are so hard.
Words are so
What
To
do you want
like-
to what do you want to create as a truth? Put it that way. What do you want to create as a truth as existing for this
Okay, that's an
solution?
easier way to think about it then.
Solution, resolution, however you want to put it. What is a truth? Pearl, are you keeping with that blue-eyed blue-eyed clue? Or
Yeah.
you can change it.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out how to word it better because just it's something about blue eyes. She's got blue eyes. There's not much of a clue. Hang on. The mask I have is golden, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Shiny?
Yeah, flexible, shiny.
Reflects?
Mm.
Which means
Chrome.
if the eyes are looking at us, the mask lets me reflect back what I want the eyes to be seeing.
Ooh.
Okay.
So that sounded really profound.
You can put it just that way. It's like reflections of
Of our truth or something? Or
reflections of our world are as perceived as opposed to real, or something to that effect. And contextualize however you want, because then you're going to incorporate it into your solution of, all right, like I'm going to fake being blah blah because it's like I'm going to show a vision of something else.
reflections
Okay.
of our world are under our control?
Sure.
I'll
take it.
I was gonna say,
'Cause-
could I know he made the car float / quiet. And guys, feel free to chime in. Is there a way that it could also be? I'm trying to think of it a way that we could get it up there to give us something effectively for the getaway to like stage it for later. But obviously, as we're getting up there closer, it would help us to get closer.
Just park it behind the light tower. Nobody will see it. Just
Floating there.
creep it up
Well-
real close. Park behind.
If we're using Walter as our ace in the hole, can Walter bring it up so that we can come straight out of the lighthouse onto the walkway,
Oh yeah, he could
the
drive it
walkway
around
at
while
the
we're
top of the
in.
lighthouse
Because
and
he can
onto the
drive
car?
things now because he's not a ghost anymore.
Yeah.
Can interact with things.
Yep.
Very useful.
Okay.
All right. So,
So-
I'm gonna put car invisible. I don't know. Car.
Car can fly. Car can.
Stealthy car. Stealthy Jojo.
Car can
Stealthy
hide in
flying.
clouds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stealthy and
Or car farts obscuring mist. I don't know. Whatever.
Yes.
Hey, I had a character that did that because it's like I lost some wisdom points, but yet I had a secret father who was a sorcerer. No, a dragon. That was it, and I was a part sorcerer. Yeah, that was when I played trad games.
there we go.
Okay.
Stealthy flying Jojo.
Okay.
We're using him as the getaway, to get us in there, and then he'll come back out, sort of, and
All right.
and from there.
Okay, so you've incorporated 6 out of a 4 complexity. I had to change that. 4 complexity, so you are rolling with +2. Who is rolling?
I will roll 1.
Yeah.
And I will roll the other.
Okay.
I'm not being solely responsible for this downfall.
This great success.
Wonderful
Yes.
theorizing
Visualize it.
success.
Visualize success.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a d6. Doo. Please roll better. Can we take crowns on this? Is this a crown one? Can we take crowns?
Hold on, let's see what it is first.
I got a 5.
Yeah. And
I got a 1. Do we have a +2?
you can totally
an
do
8.
crowns. +2. So yeah, I mean, like, you still survive. So I mean, like, it's just gonna be dangerous. I mean,
This is
and we
like
can...
that time in the Robin Masterson's book Murder in the Trophy Room.
How? How?
Which we obviously all read last night at this lumber party.
Yes!
Yeah, we actually passed it around reading
Yep,
out
yep,
loud
yep,
and drinking
yep,
our
yep.
wine.
Hey,
Okay.
fine,
So
it's fine.
in Murder in the Trophy Room,
Yeah.
it's about a cult
Okay.
that is luring people into sacrifice. The trophy room is where they keep their sacrifices.
Okay.
And they make the mistake of trying to sacrifice Amanda Delacourt, and she turns it around on them.
Okay.
Why Robin Masterson would write this when she's actually running a sacrifice cult, I don't know.
I mean, but maybe that's not the mastermind or whatever. So, but we'll see.
It's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, it's taunting.
Mhm.
It's taunting us.
Yeah. Okay. So 8 for the final theorize. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well,
So-
we were going with the idea that she's been kind of setting this all up, and he didn't say how he got the copy of the book.
No,
She could have just sent it to him and been like,
I think that was her bait, trying to get us in position. They were gonna kidnap us
Mhm.
from the reading.
Yeah.
But then Eros had to go and do his whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still not entirely sure what we did to piss him off.
Maybe he'll do a reveal during the resolution.
That'd be nice.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Please.
So, I mean, are you honestly saying that, like, you know, you're using the whole I read this in the book.
That bumps it up to a success, right?
Yes, that does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we're doing it.
We don't want to die.
Gold Crown Mysteries move. Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So no repeats. Yeah. Overcame the problem or resolved the situation. Take a 12 plus to a single relevant roll. All right. So this is where I'm going to do a lot of narration, and I apologize.
Oh no, we're ready for
No,
Yeah.
we're looking forward to this.
But you can totally, like, add your own details of, like, how you think this goes. So we're bumping this up through the Gold Crown Mysteries.
it. Mm-hmm.
Again, unconventional. All right. So, yeah, I mean, tell me how you first do the approach on the plan. Like, Walter is getting ready to drive the car up and over, so this way he gets ready to get you guys out.
Mhm.
How are you exactly tackling the cultists slash getting the prisoners away?
Prisoners.
Yeah.
Here's my thought. Walter, in the black robe, comes with us. We leave Jojo behind a hill for the
Mhm.
moment.
Yeah.
We all act as though our hands are tied. We're utterly defeated. He comes in at our backs as if he has rounded us up. If he has to say anything, he can just mutter something about caught him trying to get out of town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no need for fancy explanations here.
Right.
Matthias told him to bring us.
Exactly.
I never did decide who Matthias is. Anyway,
Some guy.
Some guy. So hopefully they won't prevent us from walking over to join the other prisoners. At which point we can open the can of whoop ass to get them loose. You know, break chains with hammer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
cut
Use kitchen knife
bonds,
to cut bonds.
use
Yeah,
kitchen knife
yeah.
to cut bonds, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will run into the lighthouse because the final confrontation is gonna be in the lighthouse one way or the other.
Right.
Teeth room.
And by running into the lighthouse, we are restricting how many of them can come at us at once.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure that the final ceremony will be taking place at the top of the lighthouse no matter what.
Yeah.
And so that's where we
s-
have to have that confrontation.
Right. So you will see like a spiraling, it's not even a staircase anymore. It's actually like a ramp, a spiraling ramp. And inside the lighthouse, it's alive because of the proximity of the portal the aperture that has been like, slowly rotating and getting ready to open. And all of the teeth that are here are gnashing. And
Love
the
it.
clacking and the
Not be
grinding
happier.
is just like,
Yeah.
horrific, but you have to get up to the top. And you hear like a maddened scream and yell from above. Come, grifters, come get your punishment before you become sacrificed.
Oh, we're coming.
And you see the flap of black wings. And actually what ends up happening as well is like, you make your way up. There's like volleys of arrows being shot at you, but these arrows are different. So they look like they are not silver tipped, but they look like they're black tipped. And the black tip smokes as if they're on fire, but it's not quite that.
Oh, we do not want to get shot with those.
Night move. Everyone has to roll a night move
Sweet.
to avoid getting hit by the arrows.
This vitality.
Yep.
Trying to run up these stairs.
Run up the stairs, dodge,
What is it? Is it roll 3, take the 2 highest?
Roll, unless you're including some sort of item to help you, protect you, or something like that, then it would be 2d6 plus vitality.
I got nothing
Advantage
to
only
help.
if you have some kind of personal, some kind of cozy item to
I
help
don't think
you.
a vile official is going to do me much good right now. All right.
Deep breath.
Whatever I
I
get.
got a 9.
Vitality.
9.
What's the fail threshold?
6 and below.
Okay. Whew. I got a 7.
Okay.
Sorry, tell me one more time how to make the roll.
2d6 plus your vitality.
Okay. 10.
Nice.
Vitality. It has come in handy no other time in this campaign.
I feel like, well, no, because I feel like because of your cat burglaring, I mean, like, you're the most live and like, flexible out of all of them. So you're like,
Yeah.
yep. Um,
Like, I got this.
she got this. Yeah.
Bob and weave, bob and weave.
I'm gonna say that you do get hit by the the smoky black tipped arrows, Pearl and Mazi, and as Sai charges forward and just like, ducks and weaves and just manages to probably even like leap like, in bounds up the ramp and such to get to Eros, who's looking more determinedly um, frustrated as you do so. I think as the arrows hit you, I want you to tell me what you feel as it pierces your heart and you remember something romantic with the greatest regret. What does Pearl and Mazi remember romantically with the greatest regret?
How sweet the look on Adamas's face was when he gave me that book and told me that he'd scored this special thing for me because he knew it was for me. It was a wonderful moment at the time, and now it's painful because of how badly things have gone since. Because I know that it is because of me that that didn't continue that way. We can't hear you.
You're not on mute, but you're on mute.
Oh, that's weird.
There we go. Now we hear
Double
you.
mute.
Oh. I'm like, it
We
didn't
hear you
say I
now.
was on
We hear you
mute.
now. We
That
hear
was
you now.
weird. Yeah, I'm trying to think something. You said love, but regret.
Yep.
Man, gotta do the feels. Probably would be. I'm gonna say Mozzie might. Mozzie definitely had stronger feelings for Jordan than she ever told her. They grew up together. She always acted like she was a sister, but she also knew that Jordan did, saw her also as like a sister. And never pushed the issue, never said anything, and just quietly, worked beside her, worked with her, watched her get married, have kids, and then pass away. So, never told her, that would have been something she would have liked.
And Sai, you're just charging forward and you're getting closer and closer to Eros, who is just being a pissed off little punk. Is young looking and like, very attractive, muscled, and has those black wings at his back that are just flapping furiously as he's, doing these shots with the arrows. Pearl, as you get closer and come out of your vision of Adamis's face looking so, so sweet and everything like that, I think you're close enough that you realize that Eros looks very familiar to you. He looks like one of those faces from the photos.
Lord, I scammed him. That figures.
And Sai, as you get closer to Eros, like, right up in his face, I think you recognize him as well. Maybe a little bit more swarthy looking, maybe a little bit more like rough and tumble, but he resembles like one of the people that had stolen jewelry. And Mazi, I think when Jordan had done one of her jobs, I think maybe you were out in the street listening to music in the car, and this gentleman with a suit had passed in front of the car from the building that Jordan was casing. And yeah, I think he took a single look. That's all he needed, but I think you do recognize him as well. You betraying little shits. And that's what he says before. Sai, what do you do when you get to him?
How close by is Caviar?
Caviar is actually probably near him, acting as his bodyguard.
No, Caviar's on my side.
Okay.
He's
We rescued him.
Okay.
Say, did we rescue Caviar before we came up, or is Caviar up?
That's what I was
we-
asking.
I thought we were rescuing all three
Okay.
prisoners
Yeah, if we were
before
Sorry,
able
I wasn't
to.
sure. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's okay with me either way. If he's
I mean, if he's
with
up here, then
arrows.
I'm cracking that with the hammer out, whoop-ah, busting him loose.
Yeah.
Here's
I
the
mean,
thing.
yeah. I'm.
My Gordon Shumway
Mm-hmm.
means that my cat can do tricks and follow simple commands.
Yes.
And it means I roll with advantage.
Yes.
That's my cat.
Yeah. Sure can.
And you know what cats love to eat?
Arrogant people.
Little winged things.
Oh.
So I think my goal is not arrows.
Okay.
My goal is Caviar.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell Caviar to eat the little birdie.
All right. So just, yeah, this is like definitively night move because I mean, if it doesn't succeed, I'm just gonna call it. It's like, I think
Gonna be bad, but
yeah.
but
Arrows
you get
will
to roll
be
with advantage, so
yeah, for sure. So 3d6, take the two highest plus
vitality.
presence. Because I mean,
Presents.
like it's not Sai
Presence?
doing it. It's Caviar. Um,
But would it be Sai's presence that's compelling Caviar to do it? Is that how we're looking at it, or is it,
I mean, you
or
have
is it
influence.
Caviar's vitality and his ability to eat the guy?
Yeah.
That's the action that involves strength, dexterity, endurance,
Okay,
or
so let's
raw
go for vitality.
physicality.
Yeah, let's go for vitality.
I'll make an argument.
No,
Do
it's
it.
fine.
Oh, go for it.
I'm easy.
Okay.
So yeah, so 3d6, take the two highest plus vitality.
You're right over there.
What?
Okay, so I rolled a 5, a 3, and a 2.
Mm-hmm. So
That
it's 10,
puts me
right?
at 10.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, like you totally succeed. Tell me what it looks like when Caviar
Snag
takes
it.
a chompy chomp out of a little boydie.
Caviar is, like Hermes said, more of himself. He is raw physical power and predatory instinct. I say, go get him, boy. And he just, like a coiled spring, releases and takes a giant claws, takes a giant bite out of this guy's jugular and just proceeds to decimate that ancient Greek god in all of his physical, corporeal form.
Yeah.
He pounces on top of him and just shreds,
Oh,
kicking legs, the shredding hands.
yeah.
There is nothing but feathers and blood.
And as it's happening before, like, Caviar completely decimates his face, it's like, you hear Eros screaming, swears at you all. It's like, You bitches! How dare you scam me! You know, and yeah. Exit arrows.
Bye.
Bye! And then, yeah. I think once you get to the top of the tower, the teeth gnashing is so intense now. It's like a pulsing, grinding beat that's not fun whatsoever, and it's like it is felt through your bones, heard and felt through your bones. And once you get to the top, you see a singular figure who has a different kind of hood on, and she will pull her hood and face you three. It is someone that you have seen, although who's to know whether it actually is her or not. But it is someone you have seen on those back book covers every single time you read those books. It is Robin Masterson. She just smiles at you three. Come to play before your last sacrifice, darlings.
Putting on my mask. Come to end the game.
My dear Hades did not release me, and he could have so many millennia ago. So, if I can't come out of Hades, then let's bring Hades to everyone. What do you think you'll do here? My children worship me. They will help me bring hell to your world. How do you think you're going to stop me?
We are more than you think we are. We are not 3 elderly criminals. We are fate. We spin the thread. We weave the thread. We cut the thread. You've been there for a long, long time. But like all threads, your thread is finite. And tonight, it will be cut.
Not before my child comes out to play and brings it all down. And she turns back to the window of the tower, of the lighthouse, and the lighthouse bulb glows a very strange kind of light, like as if there's something else in there besides an actual bulb, or instead of a bulb. And it's a very sickly, very ugly light, and it's shining, it's starting to pulse and shine brighter and brighter as the ritual will come to a close.
Swing my hammer.
Okay.
May I?
Yeah.
Do it! Do it!
Night move.
Crack that. Wait, should I crack the bulb or should I crack her skull? Which one?
Crack the bulb. Crack the bulb.
All right. That's what I was thinking.
Night move.
Night
What do you think will happen if you fail to lose your nerve?
Right.
She's obviously gonna complete her nonsense and this whatever is gonna.
Does she have an obvious weapon on her? Because she needs our blood, right?
Yeah, she doesn't have...
Can I use? Okay, all right. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Hold on now.
Hold on.
Nothing
Hold on.
obvious, but go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. I would like to crack open that fish oil and fling it across the ground so that I get some good slide speed to get some real oomph into it. Can I do it?
Absolutely.
Because I'm probably
Absolutely.
using
And this is the perfect place to do it because this is where the fish oil came from in the first place.
Yes. Yes.
I will be using, I'm assuming, vitality.
Yes,
Which
absolutely.
is I have a +0, so that's why I need the
3d6. Take the 2 highest plus sip. I mean, unless you want to parlay something else, you can totally do that.
You can do more than one?
What?
Wait.
Instead of using vitality, you use.
I mean, the only one that I would think would be reason, and to know like a weak spot. I can't see how composure.
I think.
Okay.
I think.
What's
reason,
a steady?
Well, let's see. Well, composure.
Intense concentration.
You're being faced by an angry goddess who wants you to die, and you're trying to take your attention off of her to destroy something else. That sounds like composure to me.
Yeah, I'll take
Need
it.
a steady hand to wield
yeah,
that
it does
hammer
it.
while
Damn straight.
sliding.
Yeah, go for it.
All
Okay.
right, let's do this. So I get a
3d6.
+2.
Take the 2 highest plus composure.
I swore I was gonna learn the moves before the end of the campaign. That was a lie.
That was a lie. All right, the 2 highest.
Survey says that was a lie.
There are 5 and a 3. So that's an 8 + 2 is 10.
Okay.
Squeaky by on those
Tell
tins.
me how it looks as you slide into.
Into this mass. So yeah, I imagine I am like gonna throw down that vial as I'm kind of pulling out the hammer.
Mhm.
Maybe on purpose, maybe incidental. Looks cool. I look like I have my thing together, and I'm gonna like,
Always claim it was on purpose.
Oh,
always.
Always.
Yeah. And as I'm sliding towards it, I'm like lengthening it to be able to like get like some good leverage. I don't even know. Velocity, all of it.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna do like you first see me do like a single tap that starts like a crack down it.
Yeah,
And then I just swing it around up from the bottom and just sink it in, and it just goes and like shatters apart.
And I'm gonna say that the glow that's inside, like, like starts to pulse. It's a very, again, sickly. It's gross. It's just like icky feeling as well as looking. And she's screaming. Her scream raises and increases as the stuff inside, this living, viscous, organic stuff pulses and bulges and all this kind of stuff. And then it takes up the whole screen. We enter into epilogues.
Am I covered in goo?
I
Definitely.
mean, if you want
You
to start from
definitely
that
are
point,
covered in
sure.
Fish oil and goo.
Oh my God. So, but we go into epilogues. How does this end, ladies? How do your characters end? You can either choose to do an ending immediately after this part, or you can do an epilogue to say what happens in the near or distant future to your character. But you succeed. The ritual is stopped. The aperture disappears.
And the normal stars come back and all that.
Normal stars come back.
What happens to the lighthouse?
Please tell me it goes away.
I'm hoping
After
it
we're
sinks
out
into
of it.
the ocean.
After
like,
we're
I
out
imagine-
of it,
I
very
imagine it's
important
very-
detail.
I
Well,
mean,
I-
okay, so hold on.
I was gonna say,
So,
Oh,
so
damn
wait a
it.
second. Wait, remember this is a TV show, okay? I do not have the cinematic budget to be able to show you the swirling miasma and all the
no.
swinging debris, okay? I don't have that budget. You guys need to
We'll stand
we
on a
fade to
cliff
black.
and the camera is showing our faces as we say, look, it's sinking into the
It's a
ocean.
giant
Right.
I was
explosion.
gonna say just take a clip from like the cartoon version of Aladdin where the Cave of Wonders is like like
Just
I like-
screen us onto a historic film of a.
I like Pearl's idea. I like them. I like you looking up at something, the glow, da-da, the wind, da-da, and then okay. What's the next scene? My budget, okay? My budget.
Yes.
oh
How do you want these to
Sitting
end?
sitting on the cliff that I initially fell down, since that was near the lighthouse, so it's
Mhm,
right
mhm.
right there,
Right there.
and just staring. We did it.
We did it.
We're alive.
I'm alive.
Yeah, alive.
Cool.
Uh,
Mazi,
Yeah, I feel alive. I feel great. That was fun. Almost. In a terrifying way, of course. But
question. Is Caviar still a manimal? Or did he go back to cat?
Oh, like like you awaken from this particular scene with Caviar licking your face, like sitting in your lap and
No.
licking your face.
Okay.
Meow.
I think that's what he always has been on the inside. Like most cats, he thinks he's a person. So,
is Walter still? Is he back to ghost?
Well, hopefully not too soon because he was driving the getaway car.
That's true.
Well, I mean, like we passed through that scene. Budget, okay? I
We're
mean, like
later. We're
right,
later.
right.
JoJo is actually firmly on the earth.
Oh man,
Like
taking JoJo flight stealthness.
And you didn't even want it in the first place. You be quiet.
exactly.
Listen.
But I mean, I think maybe like in the car. I mean, like you do see Walter, who has gone back to becoming like more transparent,
No.
and he's just kind of like staring at his hands and saying, "I guess it was fun while it lasted, huh?"
The coffee was good.
Is
Coffee was
Alonso
great.
or is Adamus in the car?
And like if you're asking that in character, I mean, like Walter will just kind of like put his arm back on the bench seat or whatever, and just kind of like look back with a smile. He is resting comfortably in the back seat.
I have to go over to him.
Erica Valentine's probably tucked in a seat as well, right? Because I imagine
Yeah,
we
she's
all
in the
Yeah.
settled
front
in.
seat next to Walter, and
Yeah.
basically just kind of like she's actually unconscious. Like she's not like it's like awake, you know. But she's kind of like huddled there, like as if she's just trying to stay warm.
Mhm.
You know, you can see she looks much younger.
Probably pop home and get one of my like emergency travel blankets out and like tuck her in.
Yeah.
Make that 2 blankets. I need one
Oh,
for
definitely.
Adamus.
Yeah.
I'm tucking him in. I'm not trying to hold him because I'm not sure how he'd take that when
Sure.
he comes to. I really
Sure.
want to, but
Yep.
I'm settling for just tucking him in and hovering awkwardly nearby.
You will notice that the robed figures, they are either unconscious, dead, depending on who you took out, or they are wandering around as if they can't figure out who they are or what happened.
Any of them get too close, I'm just going to boot him down the cliff, but we'll say that doesn't happen.
I think for Sai to close it out, we're just going to lean against Jojo with Caviar in our arms and look out to sea and see all the groups of people confused milling about and put my arm around Mazi and Pearl. Just one big arm around both of them. Side hug.
Yeah.
So, credit crawl, more pleasant theme, like no weirdness to it at all. No shadowy figures or actually any kind of looming darkness or anything. What do we see for post-credit scenes? It can be like, in the near future or the distant future. Like, what do we see happening for each of the
Officer
characters?
Valentine
the
gets
characters.
promoted.
Sheriff Valentine.
Yeah, Sheriff Valentine.
Heckin' yeah.
Yeah, Dalrymple seemed to have suffered a breakdown.
Oh, what a
Weird.
shame.
Yeah.
Pressures of the job, I guess.
Forced to retire early. And yet not soon enough.
I think Caviar's cat girlfriend from the Renaissance Fair meets him on the back porch of the house.
Aw,
And they share a
I
can
love,
of tuna together.
I love bringing that detail back. That's sweet.
So sweet.
So you said something that's for our characters for later?
Mm-hmm. Wherever in the future you want to set it. Mm-hmm.
I am going to say that it's not actually Mazi. It is let me refresh my brain on names real quick. I want to say it was Mercy. So which is one of Jordan's daughters. It's gonna show her, presumably her husband or boyfriend. And then there's like, we'll say like maybe like a 5 or 6 year old maybe kid in like the back seat, just hand out the window playing, and they're actually driving Jojo through kind of the hills just outside of Brindlewood Bay, on their way out of Brindlewood Bay. We'll leave it open ended as to where Mazi is. I wanted to add something spooky, but I won't add anything spooky.
Why not?
Are we allowed to add something spooky?
Yeah, absolutely. However
Okay.
you want to
It's very
yeah.
small spooky. It's not creepy spooky, but it's so like as they're going around that last bend, kind of up by the, what do we call it, leaky lookout / liminal lookout. It kind of like pans back and you can see the beach down below, and a big, larger wave kind of comes up and starts receding, and you see the kind of husk of ruins of that shipwreck that Walter had been talking about is sort of like re-emerging.
And I think, once again, we see Pearl's sunlit kitchen. And we see Pearl mixing up some kind of batter in a big bowl. And then arms slides around her from behind. And Adamas plants a little smooch on her cheek. Apparently they worked it out.
I think as the drone shot rises above Brindlewood Bay and a new day, I think it will rise in the distance, kind of pan and look out along the water. Beautiful weather, beautiful sunrise. But then like turn and then look down upon the outskirts of town where there seems to be like a lone little standalone Timmy Stars, and there is a cute barista there wearing an apron, greeting customers, serving them some coffee and some baked goods, and welcoming them into town or wishing them well as they go in and out. And as he looks upon the ruins of the lighthouse and the clear waters of Brindlewood Bay, he just whispers to himself, "Thank you, ladies." And he goes back inside. And that is the end of your campaign. Holy shit. Oh, man.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Oh my god. We got here. Somehow we got here. Stars for the session, wishes, I mean, whatever. whatever you want to
Wishes.
come to mind, you
More.
know. Oh man.
But wait, there's more.
Golden Grifters, the next generation. No,
Oh my gosh. Oh well, hey, who knows, right? Different characters, like, I always considered you guys like, I was thinking about like how would I end this thing, Was I going to go back in time and then have you do like a Charlie's Angels type of thing, or was I gonna do something weird and wackadoodle like this for you guys to pull off a heist? I wasn't sure, and it just ended up as it ended up, and like, for the non-preparation that I did, I think it turned out fairly well. So
yeah,
It
no,
was fun.
this was great. Oh man,
So
this
many
was
stars.
yeah. The creepiness of how we woke up in the house and voice on the phone and the people in the yard and what the heck is up with caviar and
Why
that
is
was all.
Walter real?
Right. Poke him with a stick.
Poke him with a stick.
Yes, yes. The touch of Walter becoming corporeal was
I like it.
marvelous. That was
I like
that was
it.
great. It was a
Mhm.
good twist on.
I also
on
like the part
how
where we're
he's-
like, you smell something, and we're like, is it Walter? Immediately, is it
Look,
Walter?
asking the real questions out here.
Until very recently, he was dead, so it does
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, no, it was a genuine question. Yes. And bringing back Timmy Stars with Hermes Stars, I guess. That was great.
Mhm.
That was lovely.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Yep, loved it.
Yep.
And as soon as I realized we had the whole Greek thing going, I'm like, okay,
Aw, snap.
yeah. But I also had the fates.
I love
The
that.
Yeah,
You
I like
did such.
that.
I was like,
Fine.
yes.
Yeah.
Like,
This is why
what do
you're
I
the
do? What do I
face.
do when I don't know what's going on? I bluff like hell.
Yeah.
That's Pearl.
And it worked. It totally
Yeah.
worked.
That's
And
why
the
we're like,
fish
you do
oil and the
talkie
fish oil
talkie.
slide. It was like
Yes.
I was picturing the Wonder Woman slide in the movie, and then but
Mhm.
by virtue by fish oil. Why not?
Why not?
Good for your joints.
Yeah.
Good for your joints, and like I said, it was doubly perfect because it came from
Mhm.
the lighthouse.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I was like,
So
how can I
good.
use? I need to use this somehow.
Oh man, 11th hour save. Woo!
Woo! Yeah.
So good. No, some really good star moments. I'm not even remembering them all because they were either just so funny or just so creative, and then, oh man, you just kept on flowing right into the vibes, and yeah, it was really good. So
Good group. Good group.
I am pleased. I am pleased we have finished it satisfactorily.
Yes. So good.
Happy endings all around. Yay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay!
Amazing. All right.
You're muted.
Okay. Seriously, guys, remind me as I near the finale, the finale of these things, I have to put on a mute counter.
You can come back to it.
She quit. She's like, I'm out of here.
I'm out.
She's like, I've rage quit.
Oh no.
Did you turn off your camera instead of unmute?
No.
I think that was deliberate.
That would have been pretty glorious.
Oh my god.
No.
Yes.
What were you trying to say before?
Do you remember? Since it's completely out of your head now.
All I said was a backpack full of Dunkaroos with a Tamagotchi hanging off of it.
Hell
It was
yeah.
not even like, it wasn't even quality commentary.
Oh my god.
You're muted again.
How do you mute somebody else? Let's see.
Let's see. How do we?
Alrighty. So, I mean, again, if
No
anybody,
more grifters.
Oh, no.
you guys did such a fabulous job.
What are we gonna?
Thank
do
you very
on
much for
Tuesdays?
I mean, even if it was not with me, I mean, like, you guys can totally continue doing this and like playing one shots with each other, like rotating GMs and stuff. I mean, why not? So, yeah, no, I mean, stars all around. You guys did so well with my premise and just the mysteries, and then just being, oh my God, so goofy, but yet so earnest as well with your characters. I appreciate you all so much.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, appreciate all of you so much.
Same.
Same. Because we're awesome.
Yes, very much
It was
so.
awesome. I think if I play another Brindlewood Bay, I do think I want to have some sort of blurb written up more for my character. I felt like that's where I struggled, is kind of filling in some of that background stuff on the fly, even if it was just like a paragraph.
I mean,
Mhm.
it's still something that you build with the stuff underneath, like, the questions that you answer about your maven. And then there's also the the crowns that you can always look at ahead of time and figure out what you want to say,
True.
because that shows, that you can develop a story, and if you don't like one particular story, then you don't do that crown, sorry. So again, it's like something that you can develop over time.
Yeah, and I think that's something I should have looked into more ahead of time, of kind of fleshing, because I feel like I wasn't able to do as much with Mazi as I could have, as far as like her backstory and stuff, because I just didn't know. And
well, now you do.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm tired. My brain's not firing on all four cylinders.
Well, now you do. And you can choose to do your own homework or not. I mean, like, it's really up to you.
I like
So
to have. I think it also is different because I like to have, when I build a character, a good kind of outline for them. But because we are playing older characters, there's a lot of backstory that you could have.
You could.
And part of me is like, I want to have it all figured out, but also I know I can't.
Yeah.
So,
But if you just tried a little harder, maybe you could, though.
listen. Oh, you're on mute.
Oh man.
Ah.
Amazing.
Well, I had a leg up in the background department because this is a character I had played under very different circumstances elsewhere.
Right.
Since playing her in Leverage is what talking about her in my Leverage game is what gave Mads the idea to do this.
Yes.
Ah.
I thought it worked out. I thought it worked out really well.
Magnificently.
So you inspired me to give that little twist, and I love it so much.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah.
This has been marvelous, and I can turn off my background, and you can see the absolutely bland blank curtains behind me, because there's really nothing of interest here.
You guys want to see my...
It's a white curtain, a pale blue wall, and
almost looks more like a fake background than your fake background did.
There's my cross stitch I've been working on.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Yep, there it is.
Magnificent.
Very nice.
So I gotta figure out a frame and put it in it to give it to the person.
Nice.
So
Yeah, this is actually the first long-form campaign I've ever played.
Wonderful.
Before this, it was only one-shots, so
Okay.
I think I'm ruined forever.
Sorry.
Yep. You set the bar too high.
This is a very high bar. It's a
Very
very
high
high bar.
Yep.
Plenty of games, like, hopefully.
Not enough time.
Well,
that's
true.
the problem.
That's true. But I mean, I'm always running like the same same games because I'm just like, I love this stuff. So, All right. I have an early morning tomorrow, but it has been a wonderful pleasure to run this series for you all.
It has been an absolute delight to play.
Thank you all so much for making this a really fun ride.
It was
oh
a
my
lot of
gosh.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I like trying to explain it to people and sounding utterly unhinged.
Little ladies, except they're
ladies.
criminals, and then except they're not criminals now. They're solving crimes, but there's this weird horror, and there's
Throw them to my channel to watch the AP. That's all I can
Right.
say. You
Yeah.
know, you can't explain it. You just have to say,
Mm-mm.
fine, if you want to watch
Look.
it, watch it. You know, it's right there. Right there.
Yep.
Along with all the other weird shit I have
Yeah.
on my channel.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's Murder She Wrote with Scooby Doo, but we were criminals. And they're like,
No, Golden Girls with
oh, sorry, Golden Girls.
Golden Girls
Well,
plus
yeah.
Murder She Wrote.
Plus Murder She Wrote, plus
Right.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but
Don't
we were
explain it.
criminals. And they're like,
Right.
uh-huh. I'm like, and there might be like Cthulhu-esque type things. And they're like,
Don't
you're
explain it.
saying words.
Yes, exactly. Don't explain it. Just tell them to watch. That's all. That's all. It's
Yeah.
like you just can't. You just
But
can't.
it's also
Yep.
usually people who have like never played a tabletop game as
Oh,
well
sure.
that are asking.
can't
and I'm like,
explain it.
oh, I don't.
Yeah, no, at that point it gets very, very dicey.
Yeah.
So,
Alrighty.
Dicey.
Thanks again. Happy gaming to you all. You know,
Love you
for
all.
your future games. And I will
we
hopefully
will
see you soon.
you all again. Mwah, mwah,
Yeah.
mwah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye.
Bye.